We are the Unbound Grapplecast, where shadows rise on the weekly Steelchair. Reece unleashed, black ice veins increase, purple lightning strikes. Steelchair and backfield the beast. Josiah stands tall, no ego, just confidence shown. Speaks with conviction and he holds his own. We predict people, hear the truth resound. Circle grows, weekly Steelchair where the real talk flows. Fans and fighters, all side by side. One strong community, built with pride. Built with pride. Hear the ring bell sound around. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Grapplecast, the crowd hears the battle cry. Crash through the lights, we electrify the night. Punk hearts beating, metal souls collide. Step to the mic, this is to our time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Unbound Grapplecast live in 1080p because I finally bought a 1080p camera. This is where the real magic happens. This is where the fun begins. This is where honesty actually matters. And a little bit of entertainment, of course, lighthearted entertainment and telling people when they're wrong that they are wrong. So of course it's me, live in colour, entertaining colour. You've got my main man to the side who personifies not shitty aura, because we don't appreciate aura on this show. He's the goat of goats. And he does not tolerate people's bullshit. So, of course, as I say this in new glasses, I welcome in my co-host, Josiah. How are we, brother?
Thank you for the rousing introduction. I'm very well, thank you.
You're very welcome. Chester in the chat, I see you. Carl in the chat, I see you as well. Welcome in, boys. Hope you're doing very well. Tonight, it's not just going to be me and Josiah. Anybody that wants to join us, you're more than welcome. We are going to be really sitting back amongst this one. So we're actually going to sit in the, well, I call this 7-person camp because we can fit up to 7 people in this one. Tonight, if you do want to join us to discuss Redemption, you're more than welcome. But we're going to be very, very, very honest with everybody right now. If you think we're going to rate this show higher than a 5, then you might want to clip what I'm about to say. It ain't happening. It's not happening. Like, we genuinely have so many things wrong with this show. But don't worry. If you're part of a hive mind, we welcome you. If you're not part of a hive mind, then that's okay. But honesty is important, and we are going to be seriously important about this one. We are going to review this thoroughly, accurately and to the letter. If you don't like what we say, that's fine. If you disagree with what we say, come and say it to our faces, but say it with respect. If you just come in the chat and moan like a little bitch because nobody agrees with your opinion, then like a hive, go and buzz off.
Buzz off. Yeah.
So, welcome. And Catherine says that's what she rated as well. She rated it as a 5. See, honestly, but remember, Catherine, apparently yours isn't welcome according to some people. But again, that person doesn't watch our shows, so we're good. Glad to hear it, my friend. Glad to hear it. And yes, the boys are back. We are back in town. And we are going to do our absolute best to give you guys a lot of fun. If you really want to join us, come on in. The links are in the Discord. But if you want to join us, let us know. Because we are more than happy to have anybody tonight. Because we want to hear what you guys think. Not just in the chat. We want you guys to come and tell us. I am mad Tekko lost the title. Don't you worry. That's one of our talking points as well. We have a lot to get through. And here's a funny thing. And I put it on during the intro. And I'm going to put it on right now because nobody seems to understand this. Because some people love to shit on one company and don't talk negatively about something that they enjoy. They just stay quiet. So when I tell you they're holding a company accountable for their creative booking or not stopping after a dangerous spot, which, by the way, we're going to talk about, it doesn't mean you hate them. It proves you're a genuine fan. If you cannot objectively, constructively criticize the companies you enjoy most, then you don't belong here. It's not hard. Thank you very much, James. It was 35 quid out of Curry's, and it's full HD 1080p. I'll even drop it in what it's called for everyone in the chat if you decide you want to get your hands on one. Hold on 2 seconds. Because I put in this chat here because a friend of mine asked for it. 2 seconds. It's called a lot. Never mind. I'll just put it in the chat. It's called. It was only £35 out of Curry's. Logitech C920 Pro JD, sorry, HD webcam. I don't know why I put JD there. We don't want to give that melon some praise. But I appreciate that. Chester gave it a 5 as well. And Dan says, I give it... he does 5-star shows, but he gave it 2.5 out of 5. Bang on hash score. If I'm being honest, I'm giving it a 4, 4.5. Thank you, folks. You know what I like about this camera as well is, yeah, Tekla losing was horrible. What I like about this camera as well, see when it's in operation, around the actual center frame where the camera is, there's 2 little lines, and they both go, when your camera's on, they go bright sky blue. Well, actually, no, hold on. No, it's royal blue. Same color as my lightsaber. So that's one good thing for them. But one thing that's not blue is our appraisal of this show. And I was on a channel the other day. On Friday, I was on Nick and Nikki's show after Katherine. Katherine was on the show, of course, and it was nice to hear Katherine speak. But I was on there, and I truthfully said I had little hope going into this show. I didn't think it was going to be a great show. I said it might be a very good show at best. I think the scheduling has hurt this show a lot, and what's made it worse is now they've actually ruined the product. They've actually... You look at AEW the last 2 months alone. AEW in the last 2 months have been incredibly strong. TV and every other event they've done. They've looked very good, start to finish, pushing their talent. And the product has actually taken a massive hit. I am actually very concerned for it. I haven't said this in a while about AEW. If you look at our shows, I'm very honest. I am very concerned about AEW, and I think the only way you can turn this around is if you have a 10 out of 10 Dynamite and a 10 out of 10 Collision, and that's not going to happen. I actually think AEW might have a really bad week, but they might pick up next week. I could be wrong, but I have to be honest. Otherwise, nobody's going to believe what I say, and no one's going to take my opinion seriously. So, and thank you, Katherine. You can corroborate the fact that I did say that. I don't mince words. Whatever I say on another channel, I'm going to say the same thing here. I'm not going to lie to my audience. I might have new glasses, but the attitude and the professionalism won't change. But of course, my friend, what was your overall thoughts on this before we get into business? And if anyone does want to join us, you're more than welcome. Do drop your comments as well. That'll be part of our main event tonight.
I was pretty disappointed with the show, in all honesty.
Be honest, my friend. You were not disappointed. You were absolutely raging.
Yeah.
He was, guys. He was raging. Josiah was that angry. This is how angry Josiah was by Redemption, sorry. Josiah was that angry by Redemption that he said in confidence that SummerSlam is going to be better than Redemption. Not just one night, he said both nights. Let that sink in. That's an honest man right there. And considering the fact that WWE is delivering shit recently. Prolonged period of time, I meant, not recently. That's how honest we are. When someone says that means we're not kidding. We watched the equivalent of a show.
Like, I genuinely think that what we saw will end up being the worst pay-per-view of the year for any company. Because we're not counting TNA as a company at this point.
Yeah, we don't count them as a company. I think the only pay-per-view that will come close to how bad it was, actually, considering what I think was WWE, for me, WWE's worst pay-per-view this year that I've watched, because obviously I don't watch Saudi shows. For me, the worst WWE show this year, I think for me was probably Backlash. That for me was the worst. Redemption rivals it for how crap it was. Redemption, well, that was shite. SummerSlam, hold my beer. SummerSlam, I'm looking forward to it for a different reason. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam so I can sit back and see who wins between Katherine and Josiah for the predictions title.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait.
That's if there even is a winner.
Well, of course I'll have to be on the show, but I'm only going to be there to do the predictions. I'm not going to say a whole word.
But that's if there even is a winner.
Yeah, good point. Chester straight in there with back trash. Or backwash. Oh, never mind. Actually, never mind. But I suppose we should, before we divulge into this, Omega's first pay-per-view as world champion since winning it back. It was, yeah. And I feel bad for him because he had such an amazing match. That match with Kevin Knight was phenomenal. But
apparently Nick Jackson said that he passed the concussion test.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I can't be on the show anymore. There is no hive mind allowed. Edict in place. Shut up and get on here. Don't start your nonsense, you. Get on here. Anyone's welcome here.
Put it this way, if you're banning yourself from the show, that means I win by forfeit because you're not going to shout at it.
Poor Nikki's not going to have a co-host.
Yeah. Can't let Nikki down.
Exactly. And you can't let your boss down, so get on here. It's the only time I'm ever going to say that and be allowed to get away with it. Anyone's welcome to join us. Even if you want to join for 2 minutes just to get your say, we can do that either now or you can do it at the very end. But if anyone does want to join us and thoroughly review this with us, you're more than welcome. I will drop the link in the chat. You don't have to be on camera as well. You don't have to. It's just I just want you guys to feel comfortable. But what I'll do is I'll just drop the link in the chat for anybody who wants to join us. But we are going to get through this. We don't need to talk about 0 Hour, which is a bloody good result because nothing really happened on there. Katherine sent a tweet into the chat saying KJ Urso Fuego del Sol is among the talent planned at the WWE's tryout in Minnesota. I will need a human money's raised then.
Well, you can climb a pole for everything.
I hear Shota doesn't have one that works. You know what's even worse about Redemption as well? Yeah, it is basically a console. You know what's actually worse about Redemption as well? Is we still don't know what Royal Redemption is. He never revealed what it is. He's basically fucking ruined it. You made such an effort to do it, and then you don't actually reveal what it was about. Like, it's actually stupid. And the good thing is we don't have to talk about the trios match on the stupid 0 Hour show. We can just talk about the main card. There is one good thing I'll say though. In terms of the matches on the main card, the two shortest matches were both 16 minutes, but only by 15 seconds. And the shortest match of the card was actually Andrade versus Mark Davis at 16:15. Maya War versus Hikaru Shida went 16 minutes 30. Only, let's see, 3 matches on the card went over 20 minutes. The longest match on the card was actually Bandito versus Kyle Fletcher by 1:20. That was 26 minutes, 20 seconds. Omega Kevin Knight went 25 minutes exact. Consider it a hive mind.
What?
She is. What's up, Zach? AEW did announce yes, they did, which I'm really happy for. The Rebel Heart show, which is really nice. Although I've seen people saying that they hope Britt Baker's on that show.
No.
I wish I was joking, but I'm not. Yeah. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. You're right, Katherine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to Brendan.
He's fired.
No, he got a tattoo this past weekend, so.
All right, okay. Did he get a tattoo of Shota Umino?
No, he got a tattoo of Gambit's hand with cards in it, with 4 aces in it.
I rate that. Fair play. If one of them wasn't on fire, I'll be upset.
I'll send you a picture of it. And now he wants to go get another one of Cyclops. So that's what we were talking about.
I've got a few to add onto my list. I've got a range. Tell you what, though, like I'm proper like, yeah. Tell you what, though, when it comes to this show, if you like Katherine knows, like, because obviously we talk all the time in the Discord, we're not going to be unkind to this show. We're going to be brutally honest, and this show is going to burn hard. What's up, Nick? Good to see you. I'm like, let's have a good show.
Certainly going to be an interesting thoughts on everyone's feelings.
Yeah.
There have been a few contrasts.
There has been. Let me do one thing as well.
Some people have actually said that they found this. Like, I'm in a group with people. They've actually said that they enjoyed the show, and I'm just confused as to how they could think that.
So Nick says he doesn't think it was a bad show. He just thinks it was long. That's fair. I mean, I saw a few people were saying that as well. I know a few people were saying it was just long. I have to be that honest. I honestly thought this show was dreadful.
It was like 5 hours long as well. So.
It was so unnecessary. Again, I don't normally complain about lengths of pay-per-views for AEW, but I will on this one because it was so unnecessary. But the problem as well is like you've got it at a schedule where it actually hurt the whole thing. Like it didn't balance out. That's the unfortunate reality.
Like they definitely, I saw people say that they got the match order wrong. That was one of the complaints that people had.
Yeah. 2 hours too long, 3 title changes and a crazy turn. If that was 4 hours, it's a solid B+ show. It's a fair take.
I see the argument.
It's a fair take. Honesty is the best policy. Overall, it was underwhelming. I agree with Nick. It was too long. I don't know. See about this show. The one thing I was interested in, why did it not go 3.5 hours? It was something that Katherine always says. And there's something that Katherine always says, right? And Tony Khan doesn't help himself.
Yeah, it felt like there were a couple of matches on that show that didn't need to be there.
Mm-hmm. The tag title match didn't need to be there at all. It actually hurt the show.
No.
Maya World, I'm glad. Her match definitely deserved to be on there. The Conglomerations trio shouldn't even be a thing.
I mean, that wasn't on the main card though, so that's not
true. But it still shouldn't have been. Still shouldn't have been there.
Well, they made sure to show up on the main card, which should never have been.
Yeah. I don't think Davis versus Andrade needed to be there.
No, that didn't need to be there even now.
And I don't think.
And as much as I enjoyed the match, I don't think that the Paidmaker versus Champ needed to be there either.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if that had been a main event on a Dynamite special. Like that could be a they could have done that in Grand Slam Mexico just to remember Jericho's run in Mexico years ago. Yeah. It was a fun match though. Like that was my match of the night for anyone asked me. It was my match of the night.
Also, missed opportunity for them to do Bandito versus Speedball for the international title in Mexico.
Yep. I think we might see something else from him, though. But then again, you wouldn't be able to have him as champion for that anyway because he's got the CMLL Grand Prix coming up.
Oh yeah.
And he's the leader of team. I think he's the leader of their team. I think.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. They took that belt off Takeshita so that you could go do the G1.
Mm-hmm. Which is smart.
And based on that, and based on how that's going, I'm now worried that he might be winning that. And the fact that they took that belt off of him.
Yeah. There was one match on the card though that was incredibly exciting, but it's not getting as much praise as I thought it would. But the double chain tag match was incredible.
Yeah. Well, there was one spot that was a bit iffy. That was where Finlay nearly dropped Jay White on his neck with.
Yeah. And I know obviously Mike Bailey won the ladder match, but I still disagree with it.
I agree with the Mox take from Nick there. I feel like at this point, if Moxley isn't defending his own title on pay-per-view, he shouldn't be on the card.
I agree 100% with that. Chester says Jay and his team losing, in my opinion, was wrong. It's his first pay-per-view. Like we'll come to this. We'll come to this. It's one of the few praisals we have.
Yeah.
So
because you've got to think about what the overriding feud here is.
Mm-hmm.
If Jay's team had won this match, that basically just ends the feud.
Don't spoil it yet. We gotta get to it. Don't spoil it just yet. Even though me and you have been right the whole bloody time. Let's not spoil it.
As usual.
But let's get through it. Let's go through what was good and then get to the Jesus Christ, the horrible. Okay, so match number 1, and Katherine as well. Feel free to get your involvement on this one as well. The first match was that 6-way ladder match to determine number one contender for the AEW International title, featuring Mike Bailey, Jack Perry, Beast Mortos, Commander, Nick Wayne, who was the standout in my opinion, and El Clon. Now, the positives in this match were the quality, the variation of spots, the chemistry between all 6 of them. Don't say my bad, Chester. It's your opinion. It's okay. The negatives for me, however, was the fact that it was a ladder match. This should have been, for me, an elimination rules. For me, the ladder match should have went to Bandito Kyle Fletcher, if I'm being honest.
Or it could have been a gauntlet match, and that could have been Royal Redemption.
Exactly. That could have been Royal Redemption, because we don't know what it bloody is, because he just trademarked it and did nothing with it.
Oh!
I told you she'd be back. She came back at this point, but... I can't hide from this part. True, a drill. Yeah. I mean, I admit that caught me off guard. It did catch me off guard. I wondered when Eilidh was coming back. I hope you're feeling good.
She had to come back right before SummerSlam because Brock Lesnar's in that Hell in a Cell match.
I wasn't going to say it.
I'll say it for you.
But I knew someone else would.
Yeah, I like to avoid Eilidh going Brock Lesnar in my fucking messages, like fucking Brock Lesnar. I'm just going I'm actually, you know what? Fuck it. Hold on 2 seconds. Let's see. Where is it? Messenger.
Ellie and Brock Lesnar is like Katherine and Thunder Rosa is like.
I just need to do this properly because obviously Ail's in the chat. We've got to do this respectfully. So,
speaking of Grand Slam Mexico, what are the odds of Thunder Rosa being on the card?
There we go. Just to welcome her back in, I've just sent her a Brock Lesnar gif on Facebook.
What are the odds of Thunder Rosa being on Grand Slam Mexico?
I think she'll be on the card.
Highly likely, I would say.
Yeah.
I think
you'd be watching her match.
It is still good to see.
That'd be a piss break for me.
You know what would make a match for Thunder Rosa very good though if she actually is on the card? If she wears a shirt saying AEW Radio. Because after all, Busted Open is now gone. Yeah, she's doing a Danhausen and except more entertaining.
Where she just shows up just to remind everyone that she's here and then disappears again.
I'm just saying all the good things so Eilidh doesn't come for me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to avoid all.
But she tried to do an exit, but forgot that the lights are still on and everyone can see her.
Hold on, it's about to get worse. For fuck's sake, Eilidh. No, you can't use that. She sent the Vince McMahon gif.
Well, I mean, I guess we could talk about that as well because that's
Don't worry. I mean, I'm looking forward to the SummerSlam just being you two going through the whole thing, but it's going to be interesting. But overall thoughts on the ladder match, ladies first.
Okay.
You're like, is that me? No, that's Katherine.
It was decent. I mean, it's a ladder match. What more can you expect? Everybody was going to get their shit in.
Mm-hmm.
I figured Perry would win since he just re-signed, and Tony Khan will want to get his ROI out of Jack Perry. But I'm not upset that Speedball won.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not a bad shout. I mean, I was of the same inkling. I thought it would be either one of those. I didn't think the other 4 would have a shout. Fucking hell. As much as I liked the end and I thought it was really impressive, I still think the standout though was Nick Wayne, which for me is rare to say because he has disappointed me a lot over the past year.
Well, you can see his 2 excursions in Japan are paying off for the 2 years he's gone for the Super Juniors.
Yeah,
you can see the improvement.
keeping his mother away from ringside as well has also helped him, because now he can just enjoy himself.
Yeah, he don't look like a little prick that needs his mommy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He can focus on his wrestling matches and not feeding time.
Now he just needs a Maxine Dupree with him, and he'll be all right.
Why are you saying that so you can have Austin Theory instead? Why?
Hey, well, in America we have this thing called plead the fifth, and I'll do that right now.
Okay.
You can't really plead. Pleading the fifth on Austin Theory is just disgraceful. Absolute fugly human being. He looks like someone's decided to go, your face is almost there. And then to finish it, what they've done is they've taken a hammer and some nails and they've went.
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna be fucking his face. I could put a bag over his face. He's got a nice body.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, pal. Whatever floats your boat.
I'm just saying, I could put the American flag over his face and say I'm fucking it for glory.
As long as you're not as long as you're not playing that shitty national anthem.
No.
Because God Almighty, it sucks. Respectfully, of course. But I've said that consistently. I do not like national anthems for any country. They're all terrible.
I think there are a few cool ones.
I think the Brazilian one is cool. See, Flower of Scotland is fine until the halfway, and then you're like, and then the end you're like, oh yes, it's over. And then you listen to the English one, and you're like, this is utter shite. Instead of God Save the King, more like, absolutely, just just fuck the king. Not in a positive way.
Well, he's old. I don't think he can do that anymore.
Ask his wife. I don't know. I mean, if she's still... Nobody wants to. Anyway. Bailey does win. He only has to wait about... Actually, he only has to wait about 40-odd minutes to find out who he'll be up against, which we'll come to in a minute. Yeah. But before we do, we have to review... This match went the same length of time as the ladder match, by the way. Both 19 minutes, 40 seconds. This one felt like a 40-minute drag. It was horrible. It's the Bucks versus Ospreay and Moxley, and Jesus Christ, this was terrible.
I'm going to make a bold statement here. This might have been the worst match that I've seen since the Usos match.
It's the worst Ospreay match since his Blake Christian singles match. Or when he came back from injury. Like, that's how bad this was for me. It's just as bad as Jimmy versus Jay.
Yeah.
It's an absolute clusterfuck. I know Katherine liked it. And that's fine. No issue with that. If you like this one, that's cool. I didn't like it despite the fact I actually told a good match-based story. The problem is it was too much overkill. And this match, to be fair, you've done a head-to-head collision. Yes, you might be telling a story.
Well, they've not done a head-to-head collision. It's just happened.
They should have stopped a bit longer. Even if you're going to carry on the match, you should have stopped a little bit longer. They didn't. They carried on. Some of it was a bit too lack of believability, which is not helpful. And another thing as well, I know it was pointed in our Discord as well, no sell on a 450 splash.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, people can take the piss out of no selling a Canadian destroyer. People can take the piss out of no selling a chair shot to the head. But no selling a 450 splash. What are we doing here? Like that isn't believable.
No.
It doesn't make any sense, but I thought the worst thing about this match, by the way, and this is the true fact, this match was going really good up until the last 5-6 minutes. The last 5-6 minutes of the match is where it really hurt it. It hurt the chemistry. It hurt the flow of the show in that way because it went downhill after this. And it hurt the validity of Will Ospreay as the number one contender for the world title because he looks and comes across as weak.
Yeah.
And that was further exasperated throughout the show in 2 separate segments, where he has not only been made to look weak, he is now weak. How you redeem him before All In is going to be really crucial. But we'll let you come to that one first, Josiah. Your overall thoughts on the tag. Sorry, the drag.
I think, well, 2 major points from me. Firstly, as I said, the match just felt clunky and just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Like we also mentioned, the chemistry between the 4 just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And based on what we've seen between Ospreay and the Bucks before, you can only really put that down to a Mox issue. Because we've seen tag matches involving the Bucks and Ospreay that have gone perfectly well before them.
Yeah.
And then that again adds to the whole credence of we don't need to be shoehorning Mox into every single Ospreay story match type just for the sake of having him on TV.
Agreed.
And this also goes to show for me that this is what happens when you put Ospreay and Moxley up against teams of bums on regular TV. They're not really getting the reps in because they're facing nobodies and winning in like 5 minutes.
And now you've just put them up against a team that is recognized as one of the best in AEW history, one of the best to compete in Japan and Ring of Honor. And this is what happens.
Yeah. So that's my first gripe. And my second is with the whole Nick Jackson concussion, is it really or is it not thing? Firstly, my first point is if it turns out that Nick Jackson isn't actually concussed at all, then I think that whole angle is an extremely poor taste.
Yeah, especially for all the people that are struggling.
Given that they've got people employed in that company that could no longer wrestle because of that, like Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, etc.
Katherine saying, if it's not, he did a great selling job.
But that's the thing, he didn't, because look at how he was moving at the end of the match. So that was my first point.
Yeah.
And then secondly, because I've seen his tweet, he did admit that he was feeling a bit dizzy and disorientated during the match. I think at that point, from the moment you see that, the referee should have called an audible or something, or told them that like you've got to get through your spots quicker and get to the end of the match in a more obviously keep it believable, but obviously you might need to cut a few spots out and just focus on the main bits and just get this over with.
Or do what they did, but do a lot quicker, and that's tag in Matt Jackson, who actually was the standout of the whole bloody match. He was excellent. That's the only praisal from this match that I think will be quite unanimous is Matt Jackson this entire match was better than Moxley and he was better than Ospreay.
Yeah.
Incredible performance. Katherine, your thoughts on this match?
It was bad, and I love me some Young Bucks, and I love me some Ospreay.
You do?
But why do we need Jon Moxley on every match, on every pay-per-view? Homeboy, your wife needs a vacation. Take the bitch on vacation. You know, AEW will be fine without you and Renee for a week or 2.
Or a month.
Well, yeah, but I was being nice.
True, so was I.
I agree with Josiah, or I think it was Josiah, who said they didn't have any chemistry.
That was me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josiah for that.
Yeah. None of them had any chemistry.
And
And is this the first time that Ospreay and Mox have tagged?
It's the first on
they've been
pay-per-view.
teaming for about a month and a half now at this point on Dynamite.
But not on, this was the first pay-per-view tag.
I don't even remember them like teaming being at like a tag team on Dynamite. So that tells you how bad it is.
They had the Workhorsemen, I think, last week, which was dreadful.
Then I must have fell asleep, missed it, or something. I don't even remember, so that tells you how bad it was. And I pay attention to Ospreay.
You do. You do.
So, but like I said at the beginning of this, when Ospreay joined them, I'm wondering if he did not just join them to kill them from within.
Considering by the end of the show, James says took the words out of my mouth. Fuck's sake, Renee needs a holiday. Yeah. Here's a question to both of you. I'll let you answer this one first, Katherine, since you brought it up. If you're thinking about potentially Ospreay killing it from the inside, and that's a fair take, does that now seem different considering what happened when the show ended? I mean, we're not skipping ahead, of course. I'm just thinking about from a different taste and a different angle. What if that's not the case, but they're doing something else? Because if you actually remember, when this faction started, we were all on the same. I think we were all on the same show at the same point, or we mentioned it. When this whole thing started, I said Omega at some point would end up with the Death Riders. I did say it in confidence. I didn't think they would actually listen to me. But we don't know if he is or if he isn't. But if you look at the way the show ended, he might be. But Ospreay not being in it makes it better.
I don't see Omega doing that. I think Omega's better on his own. Or like, when he needs backup, he's got the Bucks.
Yeah, although preferably he doesn't need them either. He sure as hell doesn't need Nick Jackson, that's for sure.
Sub in Hangman.
Are we trying to give Katherine a heart attack?
No.
If Hangman's like within 3 feet of Omega, fucking Katherine probably books a ticket to the next show and kills him.
Katherine will be alright because she knows that he can't challenge for the title anyways.
That's true.
That man.
But I don't want his stench rubbing off on Omega, so he needs to stay away.
I mean, we've already done that, to be fair.
Several times.
And so he's done wiped that stench off. He don't need new stench.
It feels bad that Hangman's touched Omega more times than Katherine has.
Yeah, that is true.
And by touch, guys, I mean tag teaming, don't worry.
But saying that, so has another wrestler that we won't name on this show.
But I don't know. We'll just have to see where it goes, giving what we saw at the end of this pay-per-view with Will.
Which was one of the best moments of the show. Yeah. So we've gone away from this royal disappointment. And I'm gonna let either one of you take the floor on this one. But we got an absolute killer match, the longest match on the card, a lot earlier than I expected, which to be fair, Josiah's words were, at least you could stay up now. I ended up staying up for the whole bloody paper. I ended up staying up for the whole paper. Even though I said I'd only stay awake till about 1:30. But then I didn't. I stayed up and got through it. But I'm surprised one tag match didn't put me to sleep.
Right.
But I stayed up for this one. 26 minutes, 20 seconds. Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito for the international title. Go for it. Right. Either one of you take the stage.
Right. So this match was the match of the night for me. And could possibly be the best match of AEW's year so far.
I think that's a fair take.
The first point that I want to make is I am very happy with the fact that everyone was banned from ringside, because it's a fresh change from seeing insert member of the Don Callis family interfering in matches.
And Don Cal's family, to his credit, stayed at ring. He stayed on commentary. He didn't go near rings. He didn't even go near the ring.
Yeah. I'm also glad that they didn't bring Buddy Murphy back here, like I kind of feared that they would.
Yeah.
Because I think the way that the match went, I feel like it was the perfect way to go. Like just completely clean, no shenanigans, nothing to do with any controversy or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that both men really showed what they're made of in this match.
Yeah.
Like just the resilience that Bandito showed and just like the aggression and tenacity that Kyle Fletcher showed as well.
Yeah. I only have one gripe with this match, and then I'll let Katherine come in. The only gripe I've got is how close we were to a nasty accident following the top rope brainbuster.
Oh yeah.
Because he completely missed the top turnbuckle. But that's the only gripe from this match I have, is just how we could have had a very nasty accident, especially when you're dropping at that speed. Like they're dropping at least 20 miles an hour. At a distance of about 8 feet, 9 feet in the air, that is risky. So that's the only gripe I've got. But Katherine, your thoughts on Fletcher versus Bandito?
It was a good match, which, I mean, Fletcher was in it, so you knew it was going to be good. It also showcases why Fletcher is probably going to be the face of AEW in the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's working toward that Omega level where you could throw a damn broomstick in the ring with him, and they're probably going to have a good match.
Potentially. I'm not sure. I think because that's like the top 1% of wrestling talent. You know, like you're not going to like.
He's working his way toward that level, toward that Kenny Omega level, where you could throw him in the ring with anybody and they have a good match.
Yeah, I mean it is possible.
But it was one of the better matches on this card.
Mm. Yeah, dancing. Hopefully, you're more than welcome to join us as well, mate. Anytime. But yeah, no, I don't disagree with you, bud. What else?
I just love me some Kyle Fletcher.
I still respectfully say I do not like seeing him wearing bloody pink kick pads. He looks like a thespian. He needs to wear.
He looks like Kirby.
He does. I want to see him just wearing regular boots. I wouldn't mind him wearing pink boots, but pink kick pads just looks dreadful. It doesn't work. Not even 90s Shawn Michaels could pull that off. That's how much I don't think they suit him. I think he should wear normal boots, if I'm being truly honest. Or black kick pads with some pink designs on it.
No, hey, real men wear pink. Look at Shoto.
He's not a real man.
Sometimes I question if he's even a man.
And you say real men wear pink.
Before he comes back with Bret Hart.
No, not that. There we are. I own pink jeans. I wear them with an electric pink polo shirt, but they actually are extremely comfy. And they were only $5 at TK. Nah, bro, alright. That's just too much. That's like porn star level. We're not doing that.
Well, I thought it works for Mark Henry.
Fuck's sake. But I'm not retiring. Or fake retiring, I should say. Yeah, exactly. I think what's crazy about this show is the fact that they at least maintained a little bit of consistency for the show. Because the next match was an absolute chaotic fest. I wear black mix, but that's not wrong though. The next match, of course, the double chain tag. Now, where this match went right is where we're now going to speak to Chester about. And again, Chester's fair opinion, he thought it was wrong. That's completely fine. Here's why me and Josiah think it was the right result. You look at the two tag teams, the most glaringly obvious match that we've been saying for the longest time before before one man joined the company was David Finlay versus Jay White. Once and for all, solve the hatred between the two. Even though it's never going to happen, but you at least get them in the ring one-on-one. You can't do that match if either Jay White or Juice Robinson pins David Finlay or Clark Connors in the first match they get. The right result is the heels winning, so now we can truly get David Finlay versus Jay White at All In. Jay White wins that, and then you get the rubber match at All Out. Or you stretch even further and you go towards Full Gear, which actually would be better. But the right result in this one was the heels winning. The best part as well, though, was Jay White was not pinned, but he had to see Juice get beaten to a pulp to lose.
Yeah.
Very good there. I liked as well that we got a lot of interaction between Jay White and David Finlay. They teased the singles match between the two, rightly so. But I liked the way that they allowed the match specifically to stick with them. And then you added in the Finlay-Robinson dynamic, the Connors-White dynamic. They all blended well. This is the difference between the first tag and this one. The chemistry between all four of them is glaringly obvious. That's something that's important. You can't just put four people on a tag match and expect to gel. No, you have to actually pay attention. The chemistry on this one was there. The other tag match, no, it isn't there. If you look at last year, Ospreay was lucky in terms of swerve in the match. The chemistry was there. It wasn't in the first one tonight on Sunday night, but we absolutely got it this one. This was really good. And we got to see some development out of it. And that's what I liked. And that kind of ties into what I think about the Bandido Kyle Fletcher match, because their chemistry was there as well. And that's what made that match exciting. That match could have been another 10 minutes and that would have been okay. But the Dogs versus the Bang Bang Gang was spot on. I was really impressed. I was even more impressed with Juice Robinson. I thought Juice Robinson really added more to the whole dynamic of the match, and it was great. I think he was wearing, it was like combat style. It was like combat style jeans, like white combats.
Yeah.
Which
that didn't work for me, brother.
To be fair, I like combat jeans.
Never wear those again for me.
Yeah. I like combats, but I don't like them in white. I like proper black combats. Like, just an all black. White looks desperate. White looks like the Pope trying to fish out the sea. And it just doesn't work. But yes, your thoughts on this tag, Katherine? Your thoughts?
Right team won if you're going to continue the feud. I know a lot of people were bitching because Jay and Juice took the loss, and they're like, well, Jay White just come back and he took the loss. Well, if he'd have gotten the win, then there wouldn't really be a feud anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You bitch about long-term storytelling, they give you long-term storytelling, then you're bitching they screwed it up. I don't know what y'all want. I'm done with the IWC. Trying to figure y'all out. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Jay White might have broke his neck on that one spot.
Thank God he didn't.
Yeah. But I mean, it was there. It was just the match that was there. Mm-hmm. I think it could have been better if it had had more build up.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It was more of a comedic build up. It was more like, because, oh yeah, they're called the Dogs, we're going to take the piss out of them by adopting two dogs that are conveniently called Clark and Finley.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still for a good cause. But I feel like it would have been. It felt more in terms of the build-up. It was more serious from the Dogs' side when they were brutalizing the Bang Bang Gang, whereas the Bang Bang Gang were more interested in just taking the piss out of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think now, from Dynamite onwards, you're going to see the seriousness between Jay White and David Finlay. Like, you go like, okay.
Because didn't they have like some good matches in New Japan?
Yeah, like they did actually.
So yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see the New Japan Jay White David Finlay matches.
What was interesting though back then though is this was like David Finlay, who he was still with Juice Robinson, but they hadn't really had an identity yet. Whereas we already knew Jay White as a Switchblade, but he was coming into it more. Like Josiah will remember this as well as I do. Like this was fresh.
This was
faced.
Just as he joined Bullet Club. This was
fresh-faced Jay White. This man had yet to develop his Lucifer goatee that he's obviously renowned for in that killer style. Now he's that killer style. This is going to be different. And David Finlay, I said it before and I stand by it, and everyone's questioning me about this, but I say it true. When he's fully fit, Jay White is the best main eventer in AEW. When he's the same thing and he's treated seriously, David Finlay is in the top 5, top 6 as well. If you actually showcase him the way it is, because me and Josiah have said it so many times, it's why we don't understand why New Japan never put the world title on him. It doesn't make any sense. But one thing that has to show, and it showed from the match, can he please use the Bloody Oblivion again as a finish? Because that patella knee buster is far better than the roughneck thing he uses. It looks cool, but that should be a signature. Like the Oblivion should be his finisher, and not the one that you see in WWE by that blonde tramp. Respectfully. Since she loves women, it's only appropriate that we give Maya World, on her birthday, winning the TBS title against Hikaru Shida. It's only appropriate that we give this match to start off with. We give it to Katherine. Okay, yeah. Let's hear it, Katherine.
Okay, I'm happy Maya won. I kind of like Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Can we also drop the tie-in Maya in with Tegan Knox and her partner not wanting to do business, and Maya and High-End doing business, and now you see where Maya is?
Yep, absolutely.
They definitely needed to get the belt off of Shida.
Yep, hasn't worked. Sigh.
So, I mean, it was an okay match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of women's matches, but I mean, it was tolerable.
Yeah.
And it showcased Maya, and you can see the improvement.
Is there anything about
Tony Khan's belief in her? Hey, I'm going to give you, my second highest women's match. Belt, and going to let you run with it.
I know it seems like an obvious question to ask, but is there anything about this one you didn't like? Like, is there anything from this that you've noticed that maybe no one else has or spoken about that you didn't like from this match? Apart from the fact that there were 2 women, of course.
I mean, if Shida has been in your company since practically the start, why are you booking her like shit?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just booking her enough so you can get some ROI out of her, and then when her contract's up, you can be like, yeah, you can go back to Japan?
Especially, I don't know if you've seen it, but like after the shows when we saw the most character development from her as a heel since when she had that complete crash out that was filmed and put on their Twitter account. Like, that's the most amount of character I've seen from Shida since she turned heel, which is a shame. And it was untelevised. Like, we want to see that stuff. We want to see outrage. We want to see chaos. We want to see destruction. We want to see her being vengeful. I think Shida's better as a babyface, but if she's going to be a heel, you've got to actually use her like a heel.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't.
Nope.
They've used her like Britt Baker. They've just made her show up and ruin people's hope. And that's what she does. She removes hope. Josiah, what did you think?
I thought that this was another good showing from Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's, and like every match that she does, I'm more and more impressed with her. I find myself.
How old is she now? Like,
I think 24, they said.
Okay, so she's still got a good range of time ahead of her as well. That's something. Because that's what you need as well. You need to look at, not to steal a phrase, but obviously one is very important from another host on this show and our channel we collaborate with. It's all about pushing your young stars. I'm not going to steal her phrase. That's her own. But pushing the young talent the right way. This is a good one.
Babies.
It was one thing you said, Josiah, which I really liked from our Discord chat that we were talking about in our pay-per-view only section of the channel, which you can do now if you're watching pay-per-views with us live. Don't obviously post it in the main chat because it's not fair. You said this is a star-making result.
Yeah.
You stand by that?
Yeah. She's put on a very good showing. Mm-hmm. Defeated a former 2-time world champion.
Mm-hmm.
I believe longest reigning champion as well.
Still, yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
No worries.
And the way that she performed was very impressive. Although the one thing that I will say is that I didn't like the booking of Shida in this match. Because it felt like there were several times in that match where she had the match won, and it just felt like they were dragging out that whole sequence.
Like I said about time-wise, this was the second shortest match on the card. It was 16 minutes 30. And it felt weird. I agree. I feel like maybe I like when they give time to women to actually let them showcase, but I actually think this was a 12-minute match max. I didn't feel like the way they booked Shida, like they killed it a bit. I think it went too long as well, and I agree about the dragging out. I think the part that annoyed me the most about dragging out is if you look at how Shida used like as a heel. The one thing I think is really important as a heel is about how you use body language, how you work the crowd with facial expressions. I don't think Shida can do that as a heel quite well. I think as a babyface she does because she, like, not a direct comparison, but I think Io Sky as a babyface or even as a heel when she was Io Shirai, I even though she was a heel as Io Sky, I just prefer as Io Shirai. She can do it as a babyface or heel because she's really strong at magnetizing the crowd's emotions with her facial expression and her body language. But equally, I think as a babyface, I think Hikaru Shida is on that level of using body language as a babyface is believable. But as a heel, if you were to say who's better as a heel, Io Sky trumps Hikaru Shida as a heel.
Yeah. But like Hikaru Shida's just somebody that you want to get behind. You don't want to be seeing her as a heel wrestler.
Mm-hmm. I don't like her as a heel at all. I actually hate seeing. I thought it would work. I'll be honest. I said I thought it would work because she's coming back as that hitman type character. She's added a submission finisher. She looks like she's being more effective in the ring, but it's actually hurt her character development, and she can't work a heel style match. So I'll be honest when I say I've got this one wrong. So before anyone says I never admit myself, I am admitting I was wrong.
Oh, somebody needs to clip this?
No.
I
Clip
am
this
clipping this shit and I am using it.
Clip this and I'll have you hanged. No, I'm just kidding. Feel free. You can use it against me. Oh, you admitted you was wrong. Feel free to use it. I'm happy with that.
Sometimes it's okay to be wrong.
Absolutely.
It does take a bigger person to admit when they're wrong.
And it's the only time I'm going to admit it.
Until next time.
Yeah, nah. That's my once a year. The next time I admit I'm wrong will probably be 2028 or something. Because 2027, I highly doubt I'll admit I'm wrong about anything. But at least when I say I think something's going to happen or something I hope happens, at least someone out there is listening to me and trying to give me what I asked for. So that's a bonus. Right, back to the action. So following this, I had a feeling you'd be doing that, Dan. I'll be clipping it, you dick. Up next, 18 minutes, 35 seconds before we get to the third longest match on the card. We have to endure. We have to endure this match. The AEW World Tag Team title match between Copeland and Cage and the Death Riders, represented by Pac and Claudio Castagnoli. What's up, Abel? Abel's officially 41. Not bad, mate. Happy birthday, mate. You're in here as we dissect Redemption in the worst way. But it's good to see you, sir. Happy birthday. There's only one way to reward. There's only one way to reward him for his birthday. Hold on. I've got something just for this. There's something I can do to reward him. Boom, 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 boom. I do have something. Where is it? I do have something just for him. Oh, I got it. Maybe I don't hear. Let me see. Hold on. Abel says Redemption was good. Fair. Since Abel's here, there's only one thing that we can do for him, and it goes like this. There we go. One time only, just for you, mate. But oh god. Okay, let's get through this. Let's be brutally honest. How to review this match in a truthful, honest way. Hold on, I think I've got it. It goes like this. Oh, this was horrible. This match sucked. The only good thing about this match was Christian Cage just being a national treasure for Canada. That's it.
Yeah.
This whole match was horrible. Again, no chemistry, wasn't fun. Adam Copeland, fucking Jesus Christ, mate, you sucked. You actually stunk the place out. You sandbagged the two of them. And he did it in a way that was on Thunder Rosa's level of sandbagging. It was that bad. Actually, you know how bad this match was? This match was like watching Mercedes versus Britt Baker at All In.
Oh God,
a couple of years ago.
That killed.
I was there. I was there as well.
I've said it so many times. That match, I lost a piece of my love for wrestling that day.
Oh, I lost my love for a lot of things that day. That match nearly killed me. I was sitting beside a couple of it was even worse. At that show, on one side of me was a Mercedes Moné fan. On the other side was a Britt Baker fan. And I'm sitting there going, do I have to tell them this match sucked? And luckily, the both of them were trying to blame the other person. And I was sitting there going, well, it could be worse. You could be in the desert getting shot by a soldier. But generally, that's what it felt like. The level of sandbagging. But Adam Copeland was dreadful. Pac, he didn't care. He was there for a paycheck.
Yeah.
I actually feel sorry for him. And Claudio was too busy trying to figure out which mask he brought. He didn't care either. This match was pure dreadful. And it was even worse by the fact the minutes the match ended, you didn't even give the chance for the crowd to breathe in the right way, because this match was terrible. The minute the match ends, you bring out the Bucks just to announce the All In match. I mean, it's all well and good. They've announced it. You could have waited just a couple of minutes. You could have let the Canadians celebrate in front of their crowd. No, we'll just bring out the Bucks straight away. But the match ended. We all suffered. But Katherine, the honor goes to yourself. What was your thoughts on this one?
Why? I get that they're the tag team champions and you need them on pay-per-views to defend their belts, unlike another company that never defends their tag belts on pay-per-views.
Or the women's world champion past 100 days.
But why? Why? You know what would have made this match even worse? If Claudio would have turned around and tickled Pac. And I'm not sure if Adam Copeland is just like, I'm waiting for my contract to run out because I'm done. Or what? But like, homeboy, get out of the ring. I really think it's passed you by now.
It's annoying because we're all fans of Adam Copeland.
Go be a producer. Your time as an entertainer is done.
Yeah, like we are before anyone comes at us saying, "No, we're not fans." We are genuine fans of Adam Copeland, but for every match he has in AEW post the world title match, which to be honest he should have won, he hasn't done anything remotely important since. He has genuinely been a major disappointment. And it won't get any better. Like we are stuck. We are stuck in that cult. Like everyone loves to. Actually, that's another thing. People love to shut down Chris Jericho, saying, "Oh, it's a Jericho vortex" and all that stuff. I would much rather be in the Jericho vortex than the Copeland than the Copetex.
I mean, you can say what you want about Jericho and the Jericho vortex.
Hell
Jericho is roughly the same age as Adam.
He's in much better shape.
At least Jericho continues to reinvent himself or brings back gimmicks that people want to see that actually fit within the storyline.
Yeah. I'm just copying
Featured of which, Brendan was at GalaxyCon this past weekend, and he got to meet Chris Jericho.
Oh, sick.
And he said Chris Jericho's like one of the nicest wrestlers he's ever met, and we've met plenty. And he told him, he's like, yeah, I wake up every morning and my mom's usually playing Fozzy through the house. And he's like, that's dope.
It's always a good listen.
Always a good listen. Why are you telling him? I mean, Fozzy has gotten me through some all-nighters during my master's degree.
I've got them. I've got they're in my Spotify playlist, but I listen to them all the time.
Yeah, I love me some of Fozzy. They actually came to concert down in Charlotte, but they came to like this really, really small venue. And I was like, yeah, I'm not driving all the way down there for that.
They were in Scotland not long ago. I'm hoping he comes back at some stage. But Abel's spot on as well about Copeland. He says his creativity is now lacking. That's why it's not working here on Jericho's level. I think the major difference, not just the creativity as well, is you look at Jericho, right? And people need to commend this. Jericho got a shitload of abuse. People saying, oh, he needs to retire. He's too fat. He's out of shape. He doesn't look like he cares anymore. Jericho went on tour and took, what, a 6-month break? But in that entire time, Jericho got completely shredded. He is he's probably in the best shape since, I would say, 2019. I think this is the best shape Jericho's been in 7 years. And he looks brilliant. If you looked at him...
He does that, though. He'll go on tour and he'll party like a rock star, drink, get fat, and then shred it off when it's time to get back in the ring. It's just what you expect from Jericho.
But he is so professional about it.
Yeah.
And I like the fact as well, because I can't wait to come onto that match. There's so many things right about it. Obviously, there's one glaringly obvious thing about it that maybe doesn't fit a no-holds-barred match, which is completely fair. And to be fair, Eilidh actually did mention it earlier on. But when you look at that, yeah, Jericho does. When you look at that compared to Adam Copeland, I'm pretty sure Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are like the exact same age. Let me just check. Cage is 52. He's 53 in November. Adam Copeland is 53 in October. You look at both of them. Which one would you think is in far better shape? If you didn't know who they were, both men were in front of you. Which one would you say is in much better shape?
Well, to be fair, you don't really see what kind of shape Christian's in because you wear the turtleneck.
That's because he's smart. But if you look at them from a perspective, who would you say though?
Would you probably say Cope?
I would say Christian Cage.
I would have gone with Christian Cage.
I'll tell you another thing as well, and this is actually something that hurts Adam Copeland massively. See when the bell rings, he's already gassed.
So can we start calling him Adam CM Copeland?
Yeah, I actually have a very harsh thing to say about Adam Copeland right now, and I don't think anyone's going to like this.
Cope Hogan?
Not that, but that's actually a fair point. What I was actually going to say is I actually think it's time for him to tone down his entrance, because it's like when Jey Uso speaks. When Jey Uso speaks, he's gassed after 40 words. Adam Copeland is gassed the minute he gets to the ring.
Did you see his promo on Raw?
I haven't, but I heard it was terrible.
Literally, well, he didn't even get to finish it. That's how bad it was.
He even made a new word. He only had
a sentence to say, and he was gassed for it.
I came up with a new word to describe Adam Copeland. I called it terrible. Hella terrible.
I will say though, Reece, you do need to go back and watch the Joe Henry Danhausen concert. That was the highlight of Monday Night Raw.
I did see that, and I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm being sarcastic.
I'm not gonna lie. I burst out laughing. Because I thought it was cringe.
Exactly.
But I burst out laughing. But for Adam Copeland, when I'm watching him in the ring right now, 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, he could get away with his entrance to the ring because he wasn't gassed. You look at him now after an entrance, the man looks gassed. I think it's time he just does the, and then just walk to the ring, and then when he gets in the ring, just do a Kevin Nash. Just do a Kevin Nash. It's time that he just compresses energy, because the minute the bell rings, he's gassed and he's done. But he's wrestling matches that are 15 to 20 minutes every single time. That's another thing. Is that in his contract? Is that in his contract?
Or another thing, if he is going to do that, you're not starting the match.
Yeah, let him come back in. Let him compress his energy.
Stand on the apron and get a breather.
Yeah, because why is Christian Cage not allowed to start matches? It's like what? It's like
he's not the bigger star.
I've argued multiple times that he is a bigger star than Copeland. I even argued it back when he left and went to TNA, and Edge was obviously becoming a major heel at the time. I actually think Christian Cage has always been a bigger star.
Well, I mean, I've always thought Christian Cage was the better wrestler too, but
I'm a big fan of both. But if I'm being objective, I've always thought Christian Cage was the bigger star. I think if you swap roles, I think if you put Christian Cage as he was 2005, going to TNA, beating Jeff Jarrett for the world title, I don't think anybody would care, even though it's TNA, and it was incredible. I don't think anybody cares as much, because I think if you put Christian Cage in the Edge role, where he's getting along with Chubby, and he is world champion with Vicky Guerrero as his on-screen hog, you are actually watching that more than Edge. I actually think it would be I think he would have been better in that role. I think it says a lot how afraid they were of Christian, because they took the belt off him very quickly after he won it in 2011, which was stupid. And I'm a big fan of Edge, but I'm just being brutally honest. I think if you switch them around, I think Christian does a far better job. He wouldn't be the same opportunistic heel though, but with like in that way, like ultimate opportunist, he wouldn't be that, but I think he would be very manipulative in a different way. The only thing he wouldn't do better than him would be have an amazing feud with The Undertaker. I think Christian would not have worked in that scenario. But do Christian versus Batista in the same way from 2007, I think it still works. And that feud was great. I loved that feud as well. But then again, I would have just had him do the kill switch to that midget Rey Mysterio every single time and just bully him. For shits and giggles, obviously. Now, someone's going to clip that and use that against me, which I'm not surprised. Which I'm okay with. You actually want me to share that, Dan? Jesus. What's up, Tina? I can't believe he wants me to share this. Jesus Christ. This is for you, Abel, and it's from Dan. Did somebody actually bury Rusev on a video? Lol.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Guevara's birthday. Oh.
Wow, you share a birthday with Sammy Guevara. Yeah.
I feel bad for you, Abel. Your birthday's now ruined. This is what Dan's created for Abel, and it's just, well, it's, yeah.
Blue Chews for everyone.
It's the fact it says one chewable tablet.
You do know Blue Chew is a sponsor for a certain podcaster's podcast.
Well, JD, because he can't get up.
I didn't say who. You took it on yourself to say that.
Because I'm guessing.
Well, you have guessed right.
Oh, did I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is funny. Bear in mind, I do not watch, so I just pure guessed for entertainment. Yeah, of course, he likes it, and James finds it funny as well. Okay, back to business. If anyone else wants to join us for the rest of the show, feel free, because again, we're coming up to some good things later. But now, I suppose we've got to close this one. So, any final comments on this tag match? Josiah, will start with you.
My first thing is, I think this show has highlighted that we have a Death Riders problem.
Oh, we're not at that bit yet, but yeah,
they're getting far too much screen time.
That is true. That is true. Anything else?
And I can't believe that I'm actually advocating for this, but we need the Young Bucks to win the tag belts.
Well, I would agree with your assessment, Josiah, about the Young Bucks winning the tag belts and taking them off of Cope and Christian, especially if the rumors are true with the tag teams that may be showing up in AEW.
Yeah, I'm more interested in a Bucks versus Machine Guns 2026 rematch than anything else.
Or a Bucks new whatever they're going to call themselves.
I would just call. I hope he goes back to being called Consequences Creed or something, or just Consequences, and we get Consequences Kof. Or Kofi Consequences. I think
as long as he doesn't come in with the Jamaican accent, we're okay.
I mean, we'll get the Big Slow to ask him where his Jamaican accent went.
Oh yeah, no, that was Triple H that asked him that.
That's interesting. I'm glad for you. She's 9 weeks along. Tina's pregnant.
Oh, congrats.
Considering what you've been through, that's great news. Congratulations. Just make sure when it's born that you call it It.
Name it after Reece.
It's a unisex name. It works.
That is true.
Mm.
I'm not like it. But no, to be fair, congratulations here. Considering the fact what you've been through this year, both for yourself and other family members, that is seriously good news, Tina. So I'm really happy for you. Seriously happy for you. But yeah, all the other teams coming in, we're expecting one of them potentially to be this week. They're in Detroit this week, Katherine.
Yeah, so I expect the Motor City Machine Guns to show up. And Rhino is going to be there.
That's interesting. And
maybe they've already announced Rhino showing up.
I don't get that. I've got nothing against Rhino. He's a complete top professional. But I don't care if it's in Detroit. Why is he being brought in? It doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does, because Tony Khan is a huge ECW fan.
But that still doesn't matter.
And if he just makes like a one-off appearance, I'm fine with it. Just to get the little pop, it's okay.
I suppose there is one thing they could...
Gore!
We just need a picture of...
he's going to go Don Callis.
Actually, there is one thing...
Okay, now that would be funny, even though I like Don Callis.
No. There's one thing we can do to top that. This will make you laugh. We need to have Rhino in the ring. We need to have... Who fits that role well? Who fits one I'm about to say well?
Oh, he could gore Thunder Rosa into, like, next millennia.
No. She doesn't represent the 5-letter word I'm thinking. That's it. We need Rhino standing beside Penelope Ford, and then Jericho on the stage.
I miss Penelope.
Or just have him reunite with Kobe Cages.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But it's not as fun as Jericho just going up to the gore and the whore. We just need that one more time in 2026, and I don't care who gets offended by it. I mean, that would be appropriate. If Saraya was still in AEW, I would say her.
She's the only whore I know on the roster.
She might be back for the Rebel show. Well, that's what people are hoping for. I don't care.
I doubt it.
There are people hoping she'll be there for it just because she's one of our closest friends. But to be fair, if you want to properly celebrate Rebel, don't have her there. Have someone important there for Rebel, but not her. To be honest, Tina, we really didn't, if we're being truly honest with you. We liked some things, but the overall show we didn't like. It was just so bad. Sadly, yeah. But I'll let Josiah comment to this one first before I do. Actually, I'll close this next match. I'll let Josiah then Katherine. So because I know Katherine will want to be so giddy talking about Andrade. So Josiah, kick us off on Psycho Killer versus the Painmaker. Third longest match on the card. 23 minutes dead.
I liked it. I think it served the purpose. But as I said earlier, it didn't need to be on this card. I think that it showed the many different facets of Jericho's character. It shows that he can do the normal wrestling style, but he can also be a very effective deathmatch wrestler. And I think in terms of Tommaso Ciampa, I actually think that even though he lost, I feel like he comes out looking a lot better than he came in. So I'm interested to see how they further move with him as well. But in terms of the match itself, it was very good. We got straight to the point with the weapons, which is one thing I like. I always hate with hardcore matches or no DQ matches that it takes ages for some form of weapon to be introduced, but here we got that straight away, which is great. I think that the timing of everything that was involved in that match was also good. The only thing that I had an issue with was the whole ice hockey bit. I don't think that was needed at all, and I think it made the match seem less of more like a feud and more comedy, which I wasn't a fan of. But apart from that, I thought that it was very well structured, right winner, good action, and just interested to see how both men move on from this. So that's my thoughts on that match in, I guess, a minute and a half. But if I could get either one of you two to add on to that and let me know how you felt about it.
That's fair. Katherine, your take on this?
I mean, for a no-holds-barred match, it's what you expected. I was surprised, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first match where we got blood.
It was.
Which was kind of odd for an AEW match.
I was surprised because you would have thought it would have been in the double chain. Maybe not so much the ladder match, but the double chain it would.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So there's that. But so my question now is what does Jericho and Ciampa do now? Do you put Ciampa in like the mid-card title belt scene, pick a belt, go after it? And then just let Jericho do what Jericho does, wrestle for a little bit, go on tour, come back?
I have a different idea. I actually have one that might interest the both of you. And it's funnily enough what you've just said, but I think it ties in strongly. I would actually have Jericho win one of the mid-card belts. Give it a bit of time in between him and Ciampa. Let Ciampa have another feud in the meantime. And then Jericho, maybe not as an open challenge, maybe it's just something fun. Jericho's been round a few opponents, and then he says, I just want one match with someone who'll just come in, just look to seriously make it difficult for me. And then Ciampa comes out. And then, I don't know, maybe that's a World's End match or Full Gear where they run it back right at the end of the year. And he beats him, and then Jericho, at that point, maybe Jericho does go on another break. Comes back at Revolution.
Maybe. Did Ciampa get his rematch after he lost his TNT title?
It was in a triple threat.
Okay, so that's not really fair. So then maybe start a feud with him and Kevin Knight.
It's not a bad idea.
And I know they're heels, and heel versus heel works.
It does work because the crowd would genuinely throughout hate both of them in different ways. They would hate Ciampa because Ciampa would generally want to try and kill him, whereas they would hate Kevin Knight because he's just a cocky prick.
Yes. I will say, I did like the mirror with the face on it in this match when Jericho pulled it out.
Oh, that was clever. That's the sort of stuff that I like about Jericho. Like, he was like, his image is so important to him that he actually exploited it the most by just having fun. Like, it was like Josiah said there about like, oh, Jericho's a really good like deathmatch guy. Like, I think Jericho really just loves to bring that side out of him. Like, I know it's a special occasion, but it was like that kind of occasion where like I don't think he would bring it out for anybody. It has to be somebody he really trusts, and you can tell he trusts Ciampa that much that he brought this out for him. I don't think he would bring this out for a lot of people on that roster.
I agree with that.
I would go as far as to say he wouldn't even bring that out for Omega. I don't think he would, if I'm being really honest with you. Maybe Moxley won last time if they run it back, but again, that's not really a death match. That's a murder fest.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's all I have on that match.
Which is fair. Josiah, you covered that one, yeah. So you're asking for my thoughts on this one. This is the match that saved me from losing my soul. Like this match genuinely for me was all round, like I just couldn't stop enjoying it. Like see out of this entire card, I've went back and watched this match 3 times. Like I've went back and watched it 3 times and I've just enjoyed it that much. Like I just can't help it. Thank you, Tina, as well. Have a lovely evening. Look after yourself. And again, many blessings to you and your partner, expecting your child. That's awesome. That is truly awesome. I'm putting on the wrong one. There we go. We're trying to fix the fucking trying to fix my fucking stupid wanker. Batman bat signal desolate. It's just being a dick. Like Don Callis. Speaking of Don Callis, up next.
Oh, Kyle Fletcher did a interview with your favorite little horror podcaster.
That's my favorite whole podcast. That's
Maria probably watched and said it was the best thing she's ever seen since Mexico walked into America and did better than them at the World Cup.
Mhm.
Pure joy. Feel bad for him that he was on there. I hope he had coffee, because you would need a lot of that. Anyway, Andrade versus Mark Davis. Not gonna lie, I can see why this was the shortest match on the card. I didn't like this at all. I actually thought this match was really poor. I think both men were just happy to just be on the card, but it didn't excite me at all. Like, this match was really bad, and considering what match happened next, it didn't dazzle. I'm glad for Andrade he's won a title in AEW, but we could have had a lot better, you know?
Again, it's just one of these matches that was just there.
Yeah.
I'm glad Andrade won. I'm glad to see that he's having fun and enjoying himself.
Agreed.
And he's looked a lot better with this second run in AEW.
Yeah. He looks more happy, more committed, and
but
he's
I
more
mean,
up for it.
You could have put this match on any Dynamite or Collision.
Yeah.
And I think they took the belt off of Davis since Doyle's back to put them back as a tag team. And I think they might be trying to push tag team wrestling again.
Which is more than fine with us. Because that bloody division needs revitalized.
Well, I think tag team wrestling overall in all of wrestling needs revitalization.
Yeah. It's hard to disagree with that. It really is. It really is hard to disagree with that. Josiah, what was your thoughts on this match?
TV match on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, short and sweet. Oh boy. Now we've got to get to... She has a new name, according to Katherine, and I think it's a rather fair one. The best wrestler in the world, who has earned the right to go into their biggest show as world champion, loses to somebody who respectfully has earned it, but right now doesn't deserve it. Tony Khan, you fucking imbecile. The money match is not Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné.
Whoa, that's not her name. Say her full name.
I'm about to. We do not want to see Willow Cena versus Mercedes Moné. We wanted to see Tekla versus Mercedes Moné, and we wanted to see Tekla beat her. Now, Tekla's now in the waste of what are we going to do with her. I hope she forces her way into All In so we get a triple threat so she wins her title back. And then at the end of the year, we get Tekla versus Mercedes Moné where she bets her career. Yes, I'm hoping. But no, we are stuck with Willow Cena in a title match after a very underwhelming match itself. 17 minutes, 10 seconds. But this match was only 40 seconds longer than the other women's match on the card, which was Maya War versus Hikaru Shida. But I am going to start with the other side of the genders. So Josiah, I'm going to start with you on this one. Your thoughts on this match, the semi-main event?
This match was quite simply a disgrace.
Yeah, go for it. Don't hold back. Go for it.
The decision to have Willow win, again, completely wrong decision.
Spot on, Chester. I'm just going to keep this up for
the
match. You keep talking.
The match itself wasn't particularly great either from an in-ring perspective.
No chemistry.
No. The interference spots were more of an insult than anything else to me.
Spot on, James. It is a big mistake.
And then to top it all off, the fools that came out post-match to celebrate like they'd achieved anything.
The only person happy with this result is Taro Okada. Actually, to be fair,
because now that means that Tekna's got more time to go to start the match.
Yeah. Actually, you know what else? I actually think Mercedes Moné will be annoyed as well, because that means she's got to wrestle Willow again. It's annoying because every single one of us likes Willow, but she's meant to be the beloved babyface who has, even though she's big and powerful, she's meant to have a little bit of the underdog trait. Now she's become a massive favorite. It's kind of difficult to like. Am I being harsh there? Or am I...
No, I think you're right. And also, I don't know if you mentioned this before, but before this match, the whole Mick Foley Divine Dominion interview.
Oh, that I didn't understand that. I knew I forgot something. I didn't understand that interview.
I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Dan says this booking was literally on par with Triple H booking. Honestly, I am going to struggle to disagree with a statement like that. Careful, we might be part of the hive mind.
It's crazy. That, to me, this match was like having Cody beat Drew before WrestleMania. Was like,
oh, yeah. Horrific. It just steals the enjoyment out of what we want. You're meant to give fans what they want. People were not saying we want Willow versus Mercedes again. People were literally saying we want Mercedes versus Tekla for the world title. Now people are assuming now we're going to get potentially Kairi Sane in AEW and we're going to get Kairi Sane and Tekla. Here's something that people are not going to like when I say this. Tekla and Kairi Sane have no history in Stardom. They've got none. The history is Kairi Sane
they've done this
and Mercedes. That's the history.
Do you want to know why I think they've done this?
Go on.
I think that they've done this because they don't know who out of Tekla and Mercedes to turn face. That's why I think they've done this.
I don't think Tekla, considering what she does, I don't think Tekla is the babyface you need. I think she's better as the heel, or even if she's a tweener, which I'm okay with. I think Mercedes can do either role. I'm not sure if Tekla works as a babyface in AEW.
I mean, I completely disagree with the whole Mercedes face thing. I don't think
she's all right as a babyface. I think she's all right as a babyface. I don't think she's a believable face at all. That's fair. No, to be fair, that's a fair statement. I mean, when you look at it, actually, you know what? No, I agree. Yeah. If you look at her last babyface run in WWE, they did try to really push her as a babyface, but the crowd really wasn't into it. I think the only time when people enjoyed her as a babyface was when she was telling Charlotte Flair she was a one-night stand, which is also true.
Yeah.
But then again, like, what we get from her as a heel is strong. I just don't know if you can do it with Tekla as a babyface. I just don't know. It's just annoying because
that's my feelings on why they've given Willow the belt.
That's a fair shout. It is fair, and I like it. Thank you, sir. Katherine, what's your thoughts on this one? I know obviously she is Willow Cena to you now. You are still a fan of Willow, but you are as well getting pissed off by her booking. What was your thoughts on this match?
Okay, so let's start with Why wouldn't you have Tekla retain and go into All In as champion since she is European?
And she's had, I forgot, this is another thing that's really important as well. I forgot to mention this, sorry. Tekla consistently has one of the highest rated segments on Dynamite and Collision when she's on. Willow does not. I forgot to mention that, sorry. Carry on, Katherine.
The protection of Willow is now why she's Willow Cena. And is she injured or not injured? I think really has pushed the narrative of going to her being a Willow Cena. Mm-hmm. I mean, Tony Khan, if you're that afraid of her getting pinned and dropping a TBS title that you would fake an injury, ask Seth Rollins how faking an injury works. Because he faked his injury, then Karma said, "Fuck you, bitch, I'm going to injure you." So what are the chances between now and All In, Willow doesn't actually physically get hurt?
Wait, you think she faked it?
Oh, I'm 100% think she faked it.
Did you listen to
because he didn't want her to take a loss to lose the TBS title. Which, if that's the case, then do a three-way. She didn't have to be pinned.
Did you listen to the media thing at the end of the show?
No.
She said that she sprained her AC joint and that she wanted to do the Double or Nothing match, but the doctors wouldn't let her because she couldn't move her arm.
Have you seen? She's also come and said she's dealing with depression.
Okay, depression, that's fine.
Yeah, and she said that. It stemmed from the whole injury situation because it was the match would have been in her hometown. She had her family there, and the fact that she couldn't compete in front of them, and she had to vacate the title and all that stuff.
So this is where I'm going to point out something really important, and this is something that I think really has to be asked of from a Tony Khan perspective. No doubt she would have said to someone in some stages she is suffering from this. You now put the world... Yeah. She's now said this publicly. She's now your women's world champion. What do you think happens if she drops the belt at All In? I have a feeling I know exactly what happens. I'm going to go with massive issues, cries, media goes nuts on her. Right or wrong? What do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Especially when you say suffering from depression, what's the one thing you don't do if you're suffering?
Correct.
Put yourself in the big public limelight where it can really hurt you. Especially if you're suffering from depression, all that emotional, that is a lot of energy. She makes one mistake in a match with her mental state, she's fucked. Yep, 35 days exactly, same time frame as Willow dropping the title, the TBS title, Mercedes. Because there's no way she's beating Mercedes. There is no way. And if she does, you're going to piss off even more people. Actually, that's a point, actually. If she does beat Mercedes, there's going to be a lot of outrage. Oh, I don't think Tony Khan survives that. I really don't. Horrible match, horrible outcome. You end a title reign that was actually still worth investing in. A title reign that was actually fun because it was going international as well. Taking the belt to Stardom, having fun with that as well, getting the limelight. You bring Starlight Kid over to have a match with Starlight Kid at Forbidden Door. You get excitement there, and then all of a sudden you drop the belt to Willow Nightingale. I'm sorry, but it's pathetic.
And do you know that this is the second time Willow's won a title with a basic backslide pin.
Yep. Where's the outrage from that? Because people moan about fucking Tony Storm winning with a small package. Where's the backlash to a backslide pin?
Well, speaking of outrage,
I mean, Sami Zayn won the WWE title with a victory loss.
I know, and even that was depressing.
But speaking of outrage, where is the outrage about her shoving the world title into the backpack? Yet when Moxley kept the world title in a briefcase, everybody was bitching.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's a part of the conglomeration. That's the thing.
Yeah, goofy witch.
And
Mercedes,
I'm 95% sure that Mercedes is going to take this title off of her. So basically, you're saying she's nothing but a transitional champion.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mick Foley was a transitional champion. That didn't turn out too bad for him.
Yeah, we liked that though, except when he lost it to Triple Beak. To be fair, Mercedes may have chosen it. To be fair though, I kind of I like the comment, but I don't know. I think this is pure Tony Khan decision. I don't think Mercedes chose it to be Tekla.
No, it's a loyalty win because Willow has been loyal to the company. The same with Darby.
Mm-hmm. Except at least when Darby won it, at least people enjoyed that title run because what we'll get out of it. I don't think we're going to get much excitement out of Willow's run. And she gets a big grand celebration. I hope Tekla crashes it and just destroys her. Notice the social media back and forth with Tekla. I like it though. I like it. Both of them are going after each other in the best way. Like they're really going for each other. MJF as well, truly. Yeah. That's a fair point.
That's all I have on that match.
Yeah. We'll see what you've got for the next one, though, because you're getting to start this one. You can kick off the main event. And yeah, true, Tekla does have the Stardom Trio titles. But yeah, go for it. You can kick us off with the main event, Katherine.
Oh, me. Kenny Omega, you fine thing. You look so good wearing that title. And I am so happy that Kevin Knight is getting the Omega rub because I think Kevin Knight kind of showcased why he could be the future of AEW. Mm-hmm. As Nikki and I always say on Lipsticks and Lariat, push your babies. That's what they did. They threw him out there. And he didn't sink.
Yeah. That's a correct point as well. He swam.
He showed that he could hold his own with the best bout machine in wrestling.
Yeah.
Right outcome. Because, we all know the big match at Wembley.
Yeah.
So, I hate to say this, but I do think this is probably Kenny's last time at the title because I do see his career coming to an end either the end of this year or sometime next year. I don't really know how much longer he's going to continue to do this, and I think he has been prepping us for his future retirement.
Yep.
Which, when that happens, I will wear black on Lipsticks and Lariats because I will be in mourning.
Just wait till me and Josiah get there before you.
The ending of the match with Ospreay, Death Riders. I'm kind of tired of the bag thing. Can we drop the bag thing, Mox?
Yeah.
One time was fine.
It's not 2024 anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time is fine.
At least it wasn't skewers.
Oh God.
I know everybody's wanting Will Ospreay to turn heel after Wembley. If you're gonna turn him heel, I would at least wait until maybe Full Gear. Let him have a little run with the title as a babyface, let him realize, yeah, maybe it's a little more difficult than I thought to, try to hold on to my belt. So now I might need to become a really dickhead.
Yeah.
And if we want to turn Omega heel, I am here. I'm here for a heel Omega. I loved him when he was heel. I love him when he's face.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, him giving Will the one wing angel at the end of this kind of was like he put him in that tweener spot where I'm not sure if he's heel or face going into this match right now.
Yeah, and fun enough, I'm glad you mentioned that because it was something else I said. It's something else I said about when I was on the show on Friday. Is what I said at the start of the year. Either I wanted, regardless, Ospreay versus Omega at All In. That was one thing I said. I said I wouldn't mind if it was Will heel or Omega heel, and I thought it was going to be Will turning heel. But I agree. You look at the end of the show this week where Will took the head off Nick Jackson with the hidden blade. But then at the end of the world title match, after he refused to go for the kill, which again is highlighted in the segment with Mox, where if he doesn't pull the trigger, then he will. Kind of a crazy foreshadow, but not the foreshadow we expect, because maybe the foreshadow was actually Omega pulled the trigger. But what you said there, Katherine, is Omega heel or is he just a tweener? I agree. Like, is he or isn't he? I actually think Omega's still a babyface. It's just the fact is, you attack one of my friends, I am gonna fucking hurt you. And that's what I feel like. I don't think Omega's turned heel. But if it's going to build to one of them turning heel, I think it has to be Will. And the reason why I think you can't turn Kenny heel is I'm going to use the same words I say for Randy Orton. You can't turn Randy Orton heel in 2026 because he is a veteran at the last legs of his career and nobody wants to boo the veteran on the way out. It's why you can't turn Chris Jericho heel, even though he's a great heel. Nobody wants to boo the veteran on the way out. You can't turn Omega heel, even though he's brilliant, because he's on the way out. It doesn't work. So I think it has to be Ospreay, but just maybe it's a little bit later after Full Gear. But this is Omega telling you, if you think it's going to be easy to take my title, I will drop you on your head. And that one-winged angel, the whole spot from the top rope was perfect. He completely sideswiped him, caught him off guard.
It was. I don't know if you noticed it, but it was a callback to when he did it to AJ.
Yep, the exact same. It was completely threw him off guard. It was excellent. And a couple of comments here which I think are really
I will also say before we get into these comments, I will also say that I don't think that Kenny has turned heel, because if you paid attention to the ending of that, he actually called the doctor in to check on Will afterwards.
Yeah,
which isn't something a heel does.
I think he was just simply reminding him that I'm the world champion. If you think you're going to take the belt from me, you're in for a fight. And that match is going to go a long distance at All In, and I'm looking forward to the watch along. So we've got some.
That's why I said I think right now he's in that in between spot.
I think we will find out.
Depending on who he's fighting, will depend on whether he wants to do heelish tactics or face tactics.
Yeah, the weeks to come, we still have a month to All In, so the weeks to come is really important. So let's get through these comments here. So, hot take: I would have just preferred Kenny versus Mox for the Continental, and MJF versus Will for the World Title. But Dave Meltzer plus Will probably begged for this. To be fair, we all wanted this. I think realistically, I didn't want MJF versus Will again for the World Title. I feel like we've already done it All In for one title. I feel like you're doing it again for the World Title. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have wanted it. United Empire stuff totally dropped. What happened? Not necessarily. I'm gonna let my guy answer this one.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop on this. What's going on, Josiah?
Wow. It seems well, there are people that have been not very trusting of Will Ospreay in the Death Riders situation.
big man Callum Newman.
Yeah. However, Henare seems to have caught on to what was happening here, and once the turn happened, he actually made a tweet saying that he told us all.
He did.
So I'm assuming that he basically knew that Ospreay wasn't a serious Death Riders member.
Yeah.
And I think that now that the United Empire have seen this, now they're gonna maybe rethink. Well, maybe Callum will rethink his stance on how he's been feeling about the situation.
Which can also go against him.
Yes.
Which is what we've been saying for a long time. And this here's a true comment. This is like the good thing about the Henare one as well is Henare is the one you have to be careful about when eventually it comes down to Callum versus Will. Because that's going to happen. But they two will eventually go off. It's Henare you've got to watch out for. But I like this here. They're doing this comment here is true. They're doing the cheesy who's the actual bad guy here thing, and I don't think that's well done. Kenny mocked Will all seem like assholes. It's true. That is true. Young Bucks are the only characters that make sense here. They say Death Riders are assholes. They say it true. They say it true. Objectively, they will go into that both as babyfaces. They will, and it's when they both go in as babyfaces, it's the outcome that'll determine who's the heel. Because Omega's going to get boos, but here's the thing: Will Ospreay will get some boos as well at Wembley. I don't think anyone's preparing for the fact that he will get because it's Omega. Omega's loved in the UK as well. Both of them will get boos. I think nobody's thinking about that. I agree. If one was to turn heel, Ospreay makes more sense. We'll see what these upcoming weeks bring. Yep. No United Empire member has appeared on AEW since that one angle. Ospreay still never six-man tag champions. Callum hasn't been mentioned in AEW. I'm certain they dropped altogether. Well, we will find out.
When you say that the G1 ends on the 16th, and at that point there's still 2 weeks before All In.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not to mention Rev Pro as well has a lot to bring as well because they're both at Rev Pro as well. I understand G1's but they should have been on Forbidden Door in some form. Yeah. Forbidden Door should have been after.
Well, Callum Newman was meant to be, but he got injured there, so
yeah,
they wouldn't let him go.
Yeah,
so they had to change that.
Oh, we're 100% getting this at Wrestle Kingdom, which we consistently have said that we.
You know what? I actually think that there could be a change in that dynamic now, because I did mention that with the whole Ospreay proving that he's not a Death Riders thing, they could just go on a tear and win World Tag League and do something there.
But even if they still do, World Tag League is before Wrestle Kingdom. Callum could still turn on him. Like, how vicious would it be? What you said I thought was really cool. You said if they do World Tag League, they win the whole thing unbeaten. But here's the thing. What if they do make it to the final and then you're about to get the win, Will's going for the pin, kiss the crown. He would let him, though. That's the thing. We don't think it's going to happen. We just think it would be interesting. I don't think anyone can die. It would be interesting. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. We don't know how much of a limit, though. Like, we actually don't know what his New Japan schedule is. But that's actually something that's never really been confirmed. What is his actual schedule? For how many days he will go there, but...
I mean, you said that. To be fair, I feel like Ospreay's kind of reached the... I wouldn't like say like the Moxley type thing where he's able to just do whatever, but I feel like with him, we're almost reaching that stage where if Ospreay wants to go and do something, he'd just be allowed to do it.
He's got like that, not creative control, but he's got that trust from Tony Khan.
Yeah.
However, we haven't heard your takes on this main event, my friend. Your thoughts on Omega versus Kevin Knight?
I thought that it was interesting. It was a good showing from Kevin Knight, but I also feel like it was quite telling in the way that the match was done.
Mm-hmm.
So it was almost like Kenny was showing Kevin that he's not ready for this fight, that he's not ready for the world title scene yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were periods in this match where Kenny was just bullying him in this match.
It reminded me of Fletcher versus. It reminded me of Fletcher versus Hangman.
Yeah. And there were just periods in the match where Kevin was getting no offense in.
Mm-hmm. It was like,
and it was
the comparison I've got for this, and it's a bit of a shame, but I have to bring it up. You remember that 7-minute spell when Germany put 5 past Brazil?
Yeah.
That's what this felt like.
Mm.
It's just shot after shot after shot. You just knew it was going to be a goal. This entire period felt like every time Kevin tried to get a move, Kenny's like, not today.
Yeah, and it just felt kind of weird to me that they were giving the heel the hope spots.
Which doesn't work. And it didn't work at all. And I don't know why you would do it. If you've got a little bit of faith in Kevin Knight, but you're not going to give him a chance to showcase himself as a heel, why bother giving him the match in the first place? Why not just, I don't know, give Kenny the night off?
And then, yeah, so that was my thoughts on the match. So the match was good. And then in terms of the ending angle, I liked how it went. And this is going to be a weird bit of praise. And it's going to be like once in a lifetime for me. But I actually want to praise the character development of Wheeler Yuta in this situation.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I actually want to shine a positive light and some praise on his character development here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you pay attention to the contrast from Wrestle Dream in 24 to now, it's like Ospreay was in the Wheeler Yuta position.
Yeah.
Where he didn't want to see Kenny get bagged.
Yeah.
And Wheeler Yuta has gone from the distressed underling to just this man that doesn't really care for anyone that's not in the Death Riders now, and that he's just willing to see this transpire.
Yeah, I have to painfully admit that it was good.
And it's that sort of growth that you have to shine the light on and really give credit to.
Yeah, I have to painfully admit it was well done. It was, yeah.
But that aside, I feel like that situation I feel like that segment went on a bit too long.
Yeah, I don't know how long it was, but it did drag.
Yeah.
It did drag a bit, yeah.
And I did think that the whole Ospreay turn was a bit abrupt. I feel like that's a situation that could have been drawn out a bit more.
Yeah. And I do agree with this part as well. Like, he probably was. MJF was probably supposed to be in that main event, but he's like, nah, I'm all right. He's like, I'll just go home and eat my cereal.
I'll take my wife on that honeymoon that I've been neglecting to do.
He's probably going to watch Roy Oiwa versus Sonata in G1, which I'm looking forward to. Apart from, at least the good thing is there's still no Shota because the man's out. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Let's see, another hot take. The main event could have been Kenny versus Ospreay versus the Young Bucks in a legitimate dream match, and you still could have done the Mox angle at the end. Yeah, but my only question to this though is, why does it need to be Kenny Ospreay? Why is from that perspective just why? Because if you actually think about it, why would Omega right now go up against the Bucks? Unless you're just saying, oh, it's just for fun. Unless it's just for, we're just doing it for fun. But do you have the Bucks still win that because that's the only way they get their title shot? Or do you have Ospreay Kenny win the main event? But then that means the Bucks don't win a high profile match, therefore they don't get their tag match. I'm just trying to understand your thinking before, because I find it interesting. Like, I'm not shitting on it. I'm genuinely fascinated. I really am appreciating these comments. Thank you. They are really good. I'm just interested by it, you know? Like, how do you do it? If you do Kenny Ospreay versus the Bucks, does Kenny Ospreay win? Or do the Bucks win? So that means they get their title shot, because as Cope and Cage win, they're not going to take them seriously until they win a big match. And they did, to be fair. It was terrible, but they won a big match. That's why I love our audience. And again, thank you. We're over 100 views on tonight's show. Thanks, folks. That's what we like about our audience, dude. Our audience is just, and our community are always top notch. Because they say it true and we say it true. And of course, you can't go wrong with being a New Japan mark. You can't, because New Japan's awesome. Bucks win in some form of fashion. Bucks Omega tension for trying to cozy up to Will during the weeks leading up. Okay. Fair. Loving the show tonight, lads. Thank you. Then it's resolved the Will taking the fall would be fine. Protects the champion, of course. He doesn't lose in the pay-per-view build-up to when he eventually gets his big one. Not a bad idea. Not a bad one at all. Okay. Gonna quickly bring back up one thing because it needs to be shown. Gonna quickly bring back up the thumbnail. The world title match for All In is confirmed. It is Kenny versus Will. I'm just gonna quickly ask you both a question without going through it. Just a quick thing. 0-10 on an excitement level. How are you for Kenny versus Will?
7.5.
Katherine?
The fan in me is a 10. The analytical wrestling person in me, probably a 7.
I'm roughly the same because I don't know what we're going to get from it. But the good thing is we have a month to build it. Like, now you can fully focus on it, hopefully. Kenny versus the Jet was not the main event. No one bought this shit just being real. Yeah, I still think overall for him, though, it was still a good main event, but it could have been better.
Like, well, let me say this. Everybody took the pay-per-view name literally. Like, every story had to have some type of redemption arc when it really didn't. It's just the name of a pay-per-view. Not everything needs to be taken so literal. And second, a lot of people are bitching because this pay-per-view doesn't have an MJF on it, or it's lacking other big stars. I think this pay-per-view was done like that so AEW can push their younger talent and see what they have.
Yeah. Let's see. Comment here says, me, 5 out of 10. Just don't think it's going to be that good if Will has ideas involved. Omega can structure this like a 25-30 minute class of 25-35 minutes. What do you both think on that?
I mean, I think it's going to be good regardless of what happens. Like, there's no way that this match can't be good.
That's reasonable. Dan says 6.5, cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping there's a Tiger Driver. It was literally Kenny's redemption. TSN posted the video and deleted it. Can't gaslight us, Queen. Can't gaslight us, as they're saying. So I think that's to you. I'm not sure if that's to you or just to TSN, but can't gaslight us.
Well, you know what they say. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
I think they're going to go about 40 minutes. 5 out of 10 for me. It was long.
Well, I mean, I don't think either one's going to phone it in.
Yeah, they're not No, there's no way they're not going to. Either for Kenny to retain it or Will's crowning moment. I actually think the best outcome is Will losing at Wembley. I think the best outcome is
I wouldn't be upset
Kenny
if he loses. I wouldn't be upset if he wins.
I think the best thing for anyone is the fact is, I know he's not got a losing streak at Wembley, but it would be interesting to see him have a losing streak in world title matches at Wembley if he has repetitive world title matches at Wembley. I think the best decision
he's got the losing streak in world title matches.
True. I still think the best outcome is for Kenny to win, but then Kenny drops it to Will at Full Gear. Or even All Out. But I think he just demands a rematch.
No, I don't want Will to win it so soon from Kenny.
If he doesn't win it at All In, then I would wait till Full Gear or Wrestle Dream.
Either or is fine.
Or whatever pay-per-view they have at the end of the year.
Well done. I think I think
Jay White's winning. I think Jay White's getting it Full Gear. Not Full Gear, World's End. I think he'll be there waiting.
And everybody is saying that, MJF got pissed and whatnot. MJF was the one who...
They had the title match planned.
MJF was the one who moved...
They had the title change planned.
Yes.
And they changed it because MJF was injured and needs time off.
Exactly, but everybody's saying that he's pissed. He wasn't pissed, he's fucking hurt. And you can see that in the matches that he has wrestled since he hyperextended his knee.
I think he'd be pissed he didn't get to change it on at the pay-per-view. I think that's the only thing he'd be pissed about. I think that's the only thing you could legitimately say he'd be pissed about is I couldn't change it at the pay-per-view. But then, even if you change it or don't change it, MJF knew him. MJF would have known he was not going into it. He did hyperextend his knee. That was confirmed. He hyperextended his knee. Which is why I go back to the point I said with Josiah months ago.
But
why would you put him in a cage at Forbidden Door?
But you did that and you put him in a tag match and you protected him. You had him on the show because of the name recognition. Then you can give him a little bit to do and everybody else can be the main focus. That's why they did it.
He still did a lot, though, in that cage match. That's the annoying thing. He did a lot.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have a bit part role. He was integral. Carry on.
But yeah, to go back to my thoughts on the whole Ospreay title and potential thing, my ideal scenario for this would be that he loses to Kenny, and then this serves as like him going away for a bit, so that so that the crowd can actually miss him. So like he spends, I'd say maybe
3 months.
When is Full Gear in the calendar?
It's normally November. Because a month before.
Yeah, I would say I would say that he leaves for that time. Maybe does some stuff in Japan, focuses on Eve, and do all of that stuff. And then I'd say maybe a couple weeks before. Well, maybe not a couple weeks, but I'd say end of October.
Yeah,
he comes back.
Has to be a month.
Like end of October, he comes back, and then he like does some like sort of like contenders gauntlet thing where he like has to win matches, and then he gets a title match, and then he wins it at either Full Gear or World's End, whenever they want to do the match.
Yeah, I think no matter what, like whoever wins it, for me, logically, the next one in line has to be Jay White if he's not, hopefully, not injured.
Yeah,
because he has to hold that bloody belt. Like he's the only one that seemed tailor-made for it.
But mainly, the main reason for him losing here for me is so that he can go back to Japan for a while and people not have to worry about how long he's going to be there or when is he going back to AEW.
Yeah. Chester's asked a fair question. I know we were going to do questions at the end, but this is a fair question. Just what's your thoughts on Mick Foley barking at Redemption?
Embarrassing. That's the only word I have for embarrassing.
Cringe.
Of all people you make that happen to, why on earth would you have Mick Foley barking? It's not who he is at all. Like, that makes more sense if you're someone like, I don't know, no offense, but that's more like a JR thing, considering how he behaves on Twitter towards fucking Natalia Neidhart's sister. You basically just brought Mick Foley in and basically just turned him into a right creep. I actually feel sorry for Mick Foley. That's not who he is. He's a well-respected person. And this is how you make him behave.
I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him. To steal a phrase he signed on the dotted lines.
Oh, damn. Let's see how Katherine responds to that one. Oh, I didn't expect that one to appear tonight, but yep. Jay White is in tag team hell with Juice. Yep, he needs to get out of it. I love Juice Robinson, but no, I like them both as singles. He wasn't hurt enough to warrant that much time off prior to the biggest show of the year. This was a political move he was not happy with. I mean, that is, to be fair, it is rightfully your views, dude. That is fair. And we like the fact you're still bringing it. November 14th is Full Gear. World's End will be right at the end. It'll be like December 28th or something. Actually, what is the last weekend in December? The 26th and the 27th. Okay. Fair enough. I wouldn't say it was forced. I think it's just the way you do it is just stupid. It was like when they brought in Ric Flair. I know they done it for Sting, but then they kept bringing them in, and it just did not feel right. You could have done so much more different stuff with Foley here. This was just... It was a 0 out of 10 segment, even though the Divine Dominion were in it. It was a 0 out of 10. Dreadful. Foley definitely thought it was funny and figured he'd do that. His humour from 2000. Yeah, saying out of touch is fair. Speaking of out of touch, I know I mentioned in our Discord and I stand by it. The wrong commentator got replaced. It should have been Tony Schiavone that got replaced at Redemption on the card. I like Tony Schiavone, but he should have been replaced.
He's getting to be like Michael Cole for me. Like, he's making too many mistakes, and he's not really adding anything.
No, and considering the fact I know I brutalized Excalibur recently, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, at least Excalibur has won it back for me. Schiavone hasn't. He should stick to just doing interviews. I have a question for the class. No. Where is Swerve Strickland? Don't know.
He's been working on an album and doing PR for AEW.
Fucking album, Jesus Christ. Get back to the ring, dude. Get back to the ring. Because again, when it comes to TV,
he did say that Tony Khan did say we would see what would happen with Swerve after Redemption. So he said that in his media call before Redemption.
Hopefully he's back swiftly because his segments are too good not to be on TV. He's too good not to be away from TV.
Maybe,
PR for AEW.
Interfere in the main event.
They don't have anybody actually doing enough for them. When you actually look at who
they
does
don't do a lot, but he does some.
Code for crayfishes. If you want crayfishes,
maybe
crayfishes is
running in the main event.
You might. For me, the code for crayfishes is Okada. He's got fuck all. Hasn't he been doing the Comic-Cons? He's done a few things, yeah. But if you actually look from an honest perspective, I'm a massive Okada fan. Okada's had fuck all to do for months. And that really is hurtful, considering how good he is. We've had nothing from him, and that is depressing for me. That is really depressing. When Okada's got fuck all to do. But yet you still give shit to fucking Orange Cassidy and Daniel Garcia on that moron Orange Pleb. Even though I've said his name, I have to use his other name, Orange Pleb. Fucking disgraceful. Oh, right. Wow, we've been live 2.5 hours. Okada been having a good time. Oh shit, yeah, I know, but I want to see him just get back into things because he's awesome. I just want to see him just nuke people, destroy people, and carry on. But yeah, we'll take some questions. But your overall thoughts on the pay-per-view, guys? Your overall thoughts? I still think, despite a few good results, I thought the whole thing was a fucking sham.
Not good enough, and All In needs to be better.
Which, thankfully, it will be. We know that, at least, it will be.
As for an AEW pay-per-view, this is probably one of the worst ones they've ever put on in company history. It didn't need to be on the schedule. I mean, it's okay to take a break. I don't need to be spending $40 every month.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to drop a brief podcast probably in the next couple of days on, are we getting burned out between pay-per-views and please?
The schedule is so rough that it needs to be reduced massively. Overall worst pay-per-view of the year, top 5 worst overall. It's up there 100%. It is ridiculously bad. It is ridiculously bad.
I mean, this would have been a great break from your last pay-per-view and then All In, because I feel like now wrestling promoters are booking for pay-per-views and not episodic television anymore.
Which is what I said on Friday. If you remember, it's exactly what I said on Friday as well. They need to have a period where they've done nothing. I actually liked it when AEW only did 5-6 pay-per-views a year, and you had like 3-4 months in between of just building up on TV, because it meant people would invest in the TV, and then you got a nice build-up. Like the original like Full Gear to Revolution was a 3-month gap, and it was perfect. We don't get that now. Like, I know obviously now you get World's End, 3 months of Revolution, but I like when AEW basically did what TNA did, which TNA did for 90s WWE. They had 5-6 pay-per-views in a year, a couple of specials. That was enough. We don't need 10-11 pay-per-views in a year. We don't need it. It's too much, and it sucks balls. Absolutely, Chester. Highlight of the night was the Quebecers, especially Jacques getting shooting. Yeah, that was funny.
La haters!
I liked the Quebecers back in the day, to be fair. Well, one of them specifically, but that's just because I like the Mountie. I like the Mountie. I miss the Mountie.
It's always Canada's fault.
It's always Canada's fault, yeah. It's just Canadians. They're fun, but some of them, especially their crowds, are like listening to Death Row. You hear them play, and then you just pull the plug. This promotion should have 6 to 8 pay-per-views a year and just do specials in between. No logistical reason for them. They're not selling 100k pay-per-views as Meltzer's lying about. Oh, they're absolutely not selling 100k pay-per-views. That's for sure. I think they're getting decent buy rates, though. I think they are getting decent buy rates, but they're not getting 100ks and all that stuff. Maybe for the big ones, they might.
I don't care. And
it's not for me. Yeah, I don't pay attention to it either. It's not for me.
I don't work for AEW in their accounting department, so what buys they get and stuff like that, I don't care. I don't know why fans get all worked up about that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not pocky watching anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, all I care about is if they put on a good show and I'm entertained.
Yeah, that's all that matters. If they're not doing it, then don't bother. The breaks would allow for the boys and girls to do more stuff in New Japan and CML. Yeah, they would. It would also allow them to go and help out their sister product, Ring of Honor, which none of them are doing. That's another key point. Help out the sister product, because that's what it is now. It is a sister product. Enjoy it, have fun, make the most of it, but just don't screw up. But that's what we need. But yeah, overall, it was weak. Like for me, my ideal my ideal AEW card is Revolution, Double or Nothing. I'm not sure Forbidden Door needs to be on it, but I would still keep the likes of Fyter Fest and your Grand Slams because they're specials, but I would keep All In, I would keep All Out, I would keep Full Gear, and I keep World's End. That's it. That's the only pay-per-views I would genuinely keep. I don't think we need Forbidden Door anymore, if I'm being honest with you. What is Ring of Honor? I still watch it, but it basically is a YouTube show now. But I like it. It's more fun for me than TNA right now. That's just a death sentence. Although what isn't a death sentence is next weekend when I will be watching. Next weekend is Shane Haste versus Tetsuya Naito for the GHC title. And you've got Marufuji.
Did I just see you say TNT title? Did I just?
No, I said GHC.
Okay.
And then you've got Shane Haste versus Tetsuya Naito for the GHC title. And then you've got Marufuji versus Keno for the title as well, which is going to be fun. I do watch those promotions, but I still watch Ring of Honor because there's certain talents in Ring of Honor I like.
RH is endless matches. Well, what did you want it to be?
New Japan is endless matches as well.
I mean,
some of them don't matter, like a Shota Umino
wrestling.
match.
What are you supposed to? You're supposed to have matches on wrestling shows?
I watch Rev Pro, I watch Progress, I watch ICW, I do watch Eve as well. I think it is the end for Shane Haste because I think they're, as I said at the start of the year, I think it was either going to be one or the other. It was going to be Naito wins the N1, then he challenges Osaka for the title. Sorry, Ozawa for the title, and Osaka either way. Or it's the other way around. I think you go into the new year with Naito as the champion and Ozawa beats him. Which I bloody hope so anyway, because he needs his belt back. As much as I like Kaito Kiyomiya, at least it's not going to be him because I'm liking what he's doing at the minute. Shane Haste has been excellent since he's went back to Noah, though. I've been really impressed with. He's actually in the running for, in my opinion, for top 5 talents of the year. Not my number 1, but he's in my top 5. I've been really impressed with him. But yeah, it's great. I'm looking forward to next weekend. It's going to be great. And MLW has actually been enjoyable recently. I really enjoyed MLW. Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's fair. Like, OG Ring of Honor was awesome. I'm looking forward to Death Before Dishonor. I'm looking for what they build up of it. Yeah, Bandito. We are hoping Athena does eventually get to the just AEW television and stays there. Maybe she doesn't, as Katherine always says. Maybe she doesn't want to go there. Bandito eventually, I think, has to drop that title. Again, I don't know who to. That's the only thing I have. They're in small venues, which is tragic. But again, I like watching Deonna Purrazzo wrestle. Call me a sinner. But I don't know. I don't know what they're building to. I don't know. I want them to take it more seriously. I am actually quite enjoying AAA. I am watching it. It's still it's their best product. Like Triple I is far better than any WWE product. MLW is interesting, but the tapings are way too behind. I went to a taping and they won't air that till winter. Fucking hell. The Fusion stuff is good though. Not anymore though. It has gone downhill. I don't like some of the title belts. I like the old, I like the Ring of Honor title belt before they bought over it. Like I like the one that Bandito held previously. I thought that was sick. I don't like the current one. It looks too much like a toy. I'll be honest about that. But anything else? We'll probably go another 5 minutes. Oh, she's awesome. She is awesome, Saya Kamatani. We like her on this channel. Bye. 5 more minutes. Drop some questions, guys, or if you guys have got anything else you want to add. Because I am close to beat, if I'm being honest. True. That is true. 116 views tonight as well.
Nice.
Killed it. Good fun.
I do hope Wednesday's Dynamite is not a letdown.
Same. I really hope so. Because that would be painful. Very
painful coming off of this pretty mid pay-per-view.
Yeah, it has to be, essentially, it has to be close to 10 out of 10. Like, it has to be close to 10 out of 10 for it to work. All right, there's a good question. I suppose as a long-winded, that could be a final question. Yes, it's what's her name again? But she's going to go to Triple A. People are thinking she's going to go WWE, and I said no, she's going to go to Triple A. Xenia, who is absolutely incredible. What's your card for Wembley? Who do you think they fill it out with? We'll leave that as our final question. Josiah, what are you thinking? Bar the matches we obviously know.
Okay, so apart from that, some form of gauntlet or battle royals. David Finlay versus Jay White.
Yep.
So that so far takes the
Darby versus Kevin Knight. Since it's going to be Speedball.
I'll tentatively put that there because knowing Tony Khan, he'll probably do that next week.
I suppose, yeah.
So far that takes you to 6 matches.
I am hoping that the card as it is right now, it's Kenny versus Will and the Bucks versus Copeland and Cage for the tag titles. That's all it is right now, I believe.
And Willow and
Mercedes Willow, yeah. Which, wrong match.
So I've added Battle Royal, Jay versus David, Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin. So that's 6.
And it's going to be at least 14.
MJF will have a match, but I couldn't tell you who against. So I'll put him.
Hangman, probably.
I'm sorry, I wasn't going to say it, but
I'd rather have MJF and give me MJF versus Swerve.
They still have to conclude that though between Hangman and MJF though. They still have to conclude it.
We don't need Hangman on this.
He's going to be at All In though. They're not going to have him not on.
No, that pinched nerve is still bothering him, and he can't travel.
Jet
and versus... I will make sure that it still bothers him.
Well, what are you going to do?
By me pushing him off a mountain.
Okay.
So he's saying Jet versus Speedball TNT. Depends on how long they wait for Speedball versus Fletcher. Like we don't know if
well,
that's
they're doing that
be...
at Arena Mexico.
Oh, fair enough then. I'm alright with that.
We don't need to see Darby Mox ever again.
Yeah, never again. Kyle versus Okada versus Fletcher International. I would have preferred
Kyle
Takeshita
versus Okada versus Fletcher.
Can you add in Takeshita and make it a fatal 4-way? I know Catherine's sick and tired of fatal 4-ways or triple threats, but can that be a fatal 4-way?
Kyle versus Okada versus Fletcher, so that's Kyle Fletcher facing Okada and Kyle Fletcher. Did you not notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Mm.
I think he meant Takeshita. I think.
If he meant Kyle O'Reilly though, I'm not against it. Kyle versus Mike says Chester. Yeah. If it is to yeah.
Oh, Mike Bailey.
Oh yeah. Oh, he meant Takeshita versus Okada versus Fletcher. That would actually be the best match on the bloody show. Right, that's not exactly an incorrect fact. Don Callis top 3 explode.
Can we do Takeshita, Okada, Fletcher for the international title and Don Callis on a pole match?
So everyone loses.
Basically.
Yeah.
See what
Maya
you could.
World will probably have a match.
Yeah. Athena will probably have a title match on that as well with her Ring of Honor title.
Yeah. The Brawling Birds and Divine Dominion, that will happen.
Yeah.
And the Brawling Birds are going to win because they're going to give Chomper the pin.
Oh,
yeah, they're 100.
You'll definitely have Jericho on that match.
No, Chomper. Daphne will get taken out, and then Chomper will have to do it 2-on-1. Although, to be fair, it is a handicap anyway with Daphne as a tag team partner. Jericho, I think Jericho have a match. No idea who against though. Could be a new debut. Maybe they give it to Jericho because it's the right choice. Maya War versus a debut.
I'm expecting Mark Briscoe to have a match as well. Or maybe he'll do some conglomeration thing.
Yeah, the Birds are beating Dominic.
I don't think I would do Maya World versus a debut.
I think you're unfortunately going to have the conglomeration on this show.
Well, you were.
So's that stupid boom prick.
Oh, fuck off, not him.
I'm sorry, but it's true. That would be fun. Jericho versus Strickland. 2 top stars on their biggest show. Jericho saying he's dangerous. Strickland hardcore. Yeah. To be fair, I actually wouldn't mind Jericho as the Painmaker versus Swerve Strickland. I wouldn't mind it.
So Swerve's losing.
Yeah, of course. I think Maya World drops the TBS to Tekla.
Why would you drop Tekla down to a mid-card title now?
That would be horrible, though. The worst thing is, though,
I can see
it happening in the last
I can see Tony Storm returning. I can see Tony Storm returning at this show.
Going after Tekla?
Maybe.
No, it's like a shock TBS challenger.
You think Tony Storm comes back for the TBS title?
Potentially. Because in terms of the world title, she's done everything that she needs to do with that belt.
Yeah, I've said it before. I do not want to see Tony Storm challenging or winning that world title at least for another 2 years.
Ain't she the only one that's won it 4 times?
Yeah, she's
I
won
would
it
say
most.
Especially not as timeless Tony Storm. If she's ever going to win the belt again, she needs to just do it as herself without any extraordinary gimmicks.
Well, to be fair, he's saying TBS not a mid-card title. I mean, it is kind of a mid-card title because Jade Cargill had it. And she is mid. Why would Tony return for that?
How is she going to climb a ladder this weekend?
Stilts. I don't know. I've just got the YouTube notification. The Big Boss Man trailer for his Dark Side of the Rings just dropped on their channel. I'm actually going to enjoy watching that.
Oh yeah, that is tonight, isn't it?
That's going to be a good episode.
I was like, there's nothing on TV to watch tonight, and then you just mentioned that. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot Dark Side of the Ring comes on.
Interested.
Or the second burial of evil, because I'm not calling him by his slave name.
No,
that's his slave name. I'm not calling him that. Although, to be fair, the fact that there's even worse he got buried in is the fact that it was fucking AJ that booked it.
And then you got, I don't know what, and let me actually...
Chicken fillet souffle will be on there somehow in a segment with
that's
the champion.
What are they calling him now? I want
to cruise something. I'm
what
still
are we talking about?
Santana's.
Cruz Montana.
I'm calling him. I'm just calling him chicken fillet souffle. That's what I'm calling him because he's a fucking prick. Okay, last question.
This guy's never gonna get over the whole TNA take.
Absolutely, I'm never gonna do it. Last question: over under on New Japan wrestlers on Wembley? Over 5 or under 5?
Under.
I'm gonna say there's only 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna say under.
Harley versus Maya just built Harley.
By the way,
say again.
Name the 3.
Callum.
No.
Well, he's already said that he's not going to be there.
I think it's going to be
Josiah. Do you believe that shit? Come on now.
I think it'll be free. I think it'll be free from anyone that's at Rev Pro, and they just get to have
Sabre Jr., Shingo Takagi, and one other.
There you go. That'll be it. Actually, you know who I'd like to see?
Unless you're counting Will Ospreay as New Japan, because
you know what I would like. You know what I would like to see, because I'm really looking forward. No, I'm already looking forward to Drilla Maloney. I don't know, but I wouldn't be against it.
You keep him away from there.
Yeah, you know who I would. You know what I would like to see. What I would like to see at All In though, because I'm really looking forward to their tag match anyway. I am looking forward to FTR versus the Young Guns, like Luke Jacobs and all that. I'd love to see Luke Jacobs just appear at All In and just bully someone. Like he can call in scumbag Umino, and then he can just hit a pile driver on the ramp, and that's okay. I mean, technically, he is not wrong.
Yeah,
he is listed. So is Takeshita. Takeshita's also New Japan and DDT. But no,
I wouldn't be upset if Drilla Maloney wants to show up. Anytime I can see Drilla, I'm okay with that.
Keep him away from there before someone gets in his ear.
Gabe Kidd, I wonder if he'll be at All In.
Well, it's England. There's nothing stopping him from being there.
I don't know. Do y'all have strict visa laws like we do over here, evidently?
No, but he's English, so that doesn't really apply to anything.
Yeah. Forgot FTR existed. Weird that they disappeared. So I don't know. But I know obviously they are at Rev.
Well, they said they were taking a break after they dropped the titles. And I guess the break's over.
First match back for them is the anniversary show at Rev Pro because they already.
Actually, you know what I want to see. You know what I want to see. I want to see Shota get buried by Jon Moxley in the Continental title match at All In.
The rage on Catherine's face when she has to talk about it.
Actually, I skipped that match. We would not be talking about that on Lipsticks and Lariats.
I've got it. I know who I want the third man to be.
Taiji Shimori?
Okay, fourth man.
Sonata.
I
would love for Sonata to be at All In. That would be glorious.
And he can dress up.
No! You know who I want to be there? Shoot! Help me out, Reece. The dude that said that was bitching about AEW.
Taichi.
Taichi.
Yeah, ain't he the IWGP champion?
Oh no,
that's Yota Tsuji.
And he's never going there.
He's never going to
He's
appear on
never
an
going there,
AEW
he's
show. He said it. He will not. He boycotts them. He doesn't care. We don't pray for Showa. We're happy.
Well, y'all two don't. I'm a Shota fan.
We were Shota fans, and then he became an absolute rat bastard. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We just love Sanada. He's the one true Sana truth.
I actually didn't realize it until the Jake Lee match.
What's that? About the arm?
About his arm. Yeah, I actually didn't realize it until that match.
Yeah, Jake Lee decided, I'm just going to look at it, and then I'm going to play ball. To be fair, it would be funny to see Tai Chi at an All In, though, just so he can walk out and then someone just runs up and just, like, takes him out from behind. Jesse's in with a question. Who would you guys have win the Casino Gauntlet contract All In for men and women?
That's hard to say because you don't really know who's going to be in it.
If they do two, one for the men and the women, Jay White for the men.
But Jay White's going to have a match already.
I know, but I would still have him do it anyway, just for fun. Actually,
you know what? I'd have Tommaso Ciampa win
it. Yeah, and then the women. My pure bias, I would say Diona, but no, Tekla. Yeah, get revenge.
Or Athena, if she doesn't have a match. And this time, actually have her win the damn thing, assuming that Willow retains it.
Or Kairi Sane. I know it's someone that just comes in and wins it, but Kairi Sane wins it and then gets Mercedes as like our second match. Just calls it.
I wouldn't be upset with that. I like Kairi if they let Kairi come in and be the pirate princess like she was in Japan.
You say Persephone?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't hate her winning it.
I wouldn't either. I like her too.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not someone stupid like Thunder Rosa or God forbid they bring back Britt Baker, but I wouldn't be against either.
I mean, if Thunder Rosa wins it, I'm pretty sure Katherine will never watch AEW again.
Oh, she would, absolutely. Athena wins again, losing our AEW title.
Katherine cannot say on a live stream what she would do.
Oh dear.
Yep, we know exactly who Barry Bloom is because he represents really high up guys in AEW.
Yeah, but doesn't he also represent Triple H?
Yep.
And Goldberg.
But to be fair, he doesn't.
Not Goldberg. No, he's retired or not.
Yeah, she's a lock. Yeah, considering he represents a lot of high ups in AEW. Like, I agree, a complete lock in.
The Young Bucks.
Jericho, Omega.
Jericho's
Barry's
his biggest client.
Negotiating with PWG.
Yeah, but his biggest client is Jericho, and we know Jericho loves Kairi Sane. To be fair, Omega loves Kairi Sane as well. He's a massive Sane fan. But Jericho, like, he would literally just go, like, he's probably consulting with Jericho saying, "Who do you want to see in AEW?" Done. I'd love to see Kairi, especially he's the pirate. Do you know actually who was at Rev Pro recently?
Leon Slater.
Shayna Baszler. She was teaming up with Zoe Serrano, however, but she was at Rev Pro recently. I wouldn't mind Shayna Baszler in AEW.
Because she's a coach in NXT, isn't she?
Yeah, but like if she's getting to wrestle in Rev Pro, fucking get out of that scum shithole and get her in AEW. Let her be a killer for a change. That's the part one thing about I hate the fact they did that. They built her as a killer. She killed the Elimination Chamber, and then you turned her into a bitch for Becky Bucktooth Lynch.
No, to be fair, Becky wanted to lose it, but Vince said maybe.
Yeah, still fuck the two of them. She still won. Therefore, fuck the bitch.
No, I don't want to.
Not like that. Yep, they did. I've always been a fan of Shayna Baszler.
What's the other one doing?
Who?
I'm sure there were three of them. What's the other one doing?
I can't remember who the third one was. what was it? It was Pure Fusion Collective.
Pure Fusion Collective, yeah.
I can't remember who the third member was. That's actually quite bad. I can't remember. Normally I do remember things, but never mind. Why did I have to go back and look?
Oh, no.
Daria Ray.
That.
Yeah, Daria Ray. Or Shayna Baszler's worst enemy,
God's sake.
Sonya Deville. I can't believe I forgot about her. She is. To be fair, she's just as boring in TNA as she is in WWE. That promotion's dead to me anyway.
Speaking of TNA, isn't that Jeff Hardy match on Thursdays?
It is.
I might watch it just for that match.
Skip the whole show. Just watch the main event.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not watching the show. Just watch that match.
Just let the rest of it burn through.
Well, if I see Mr. Ferrari, I'll pay attention to him more.
Yeah. Because is there anything else I was thinking about? Is there anything else? Nah, I guess not. What's up, Peter? You've actually came in at perhaps the worst time because we're just about to wrap up because we've actually gone 3 hours, 1 minute. So I'm actually going to call it there.
Yes.
Oh, I know they're in the Elegance brand. I don't rate them. I hate the faction and I hate the bitch. They've got a leader. Oh, one of my last words tonight, Dom Mysterio turn on El Grande Americano was the shock of the century. Not. To be fair, in TNA they suck. Elsewhere I'm happy with. I haven't seen that part. If that's actually happened, that's funny. That is funny. But at 124 views, we thank everybody. Thank you to our newest commenter as well. We really do appreciate you. And we'd like to see you on more shows as well for your intriguing comments. Thank you to Katherine for joining us. Josiah, of course, good to see. Closing comments from both of you before we wrap.
Thanks for letting me hang out with the boys today.
Hell yeah. We're not sexist, remember.
Yeah, I forgot. You're my one sexist friend there, Reece.
Yeah.
There'll be no lipsticks and lariats this weekend. I know you're disappointed. I'm sorry.
And also come see me with my belt pack this weekend.
Just remember, Katherine will be there for that.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve for this weekend.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Katherine and Josiah are doing the preview for SummerSlam on Saturday.
Summer
Scam is what I call it, but we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, thank you all. As long as Liv Morgan's not on it, never mind. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do check out the Mid Podcast, which is Katherine's channel. She also does a blog under themidpodcast.com. You can check all that out. Katherine does a variety of content as well, as do we. And also, Katherine does a podcast on my channel, well, more effectively our channel, but it's my channel. She does a podcast every weekend with another channel we collaborate with, which is Nick Teodoro's channel. Obviously, she does it with Nick's wife, Nikki. Katherine will be back on for that this weekend. But in the meantime, we thank you all for watching. Do check everything else out, but we will see you next time. And Dan, yes, we know I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And
we're looking forward to seeing you back again as well.
Hell yeah.
Yes, we miss you, Dan.
We do. But he's doing me a favor.
I'm also looking forward to see James's new show whenever that starts.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to kicking Josiah's ass this weekend.
We're going to find out. I mean, whoever
you've got as much chance of beating me as Shota does of winning the G1 this year.
Well, there's one person that you can't seem to beat, and he's not competing this weekend. Just remember that. And I'm taking. Well, I
don't recall you beating me either. To be fair,
I've beat you for the predictions title. You've never beat me for it. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, good night. we will see you. What day is it tomorrow? Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be back with another one. Just me tomorrow. Josiah gets the night off and wait for Billy to cry. Yes. Yes.
You see, I'm always thinking about you members.
Absolutely. It'll be fun. Good night.